and restore a reliable, sustained water supply in the city. This comes as a report by National Treasury shows that municipalities are losing billions of rand annually in potential revenue due to water losses. Tshwane and Johannesburg are among the metros where significant volumes of water are lost, largely due to aging infrastructure, poor maintenance, frequent pipe bursts and weak management systems. While Rand Water continues to pump at full capacity, supply remains constrained. The Commando network, including Brixton, Crosby, Hurst Hill, as well as Soweto reservoirs, such as Doornkop and Meadowlands, has been under immense pressure. Authorities say this network is now showing gradual improvement, although not yet fully stabilized. Dimakatsole Shoro, Eyewitness News.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has issued a warning to organized crime syndicates and gangs, saying government is now focusing its energy on dismantling them. He says government is in the process of changing the country's criminal justice system through a new initiative that will involve experts from various sectors as part of this process. Ramaphosa was responding to the debates into his State of the Nation address, which was labelled uninspiring by most parties. Babalo Ndenza reports.
President Ramaphosa told the joint sitting that his administration is in the process of establishing a dedicated initiative to oversee the reform of the criminal justice system. He says this initiative is learning from the successful model of Operation Vulindlela, which is reforming various sectors of the economy. Ramaphosa said the initiative will be led by the best experts that the country has to offer and will work closely with the police, the NPA and the SIU. He says this is a clear response to the threat of organized crime.
We have the resources and ability to do so. We will not allow criminals and criminal syndicates and gangs to prevail. We are going to go after them and we will deal with them.
Ramaphosa said other countries, when faced with the threat of organized crime and the penetration of criminal syndicates, have been able to reform their criminal justice system and restore the rule of law. Babalo Ndenza, Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, political parties in Parliament have raised concern about the impact the ad hoc committee probing police corruption is having on the work of the Justice and Police Committees. DA Chief Whip George Mikalakis has informed Parliament's presiding officers that the committees have not set for months and are neglecting important oversight work. Several of the MPs, including both the committee chairperson, sit on the ad hoc committee, which this week was granted a third extension to conclude its work. Speaker Tokote Diza says a way must be found to balance these responsibilities. Lindsay Dentlinker reports.
Since the ad hoc committee on police corruption began sitting last September, the police and justice committees have failed to hold regular meetings. EFF MP Hlengiwe Mkalipi echoed the concern of the DA's George Mikalakis in a program committee meeting, particularly the impact it's having on the police committee starting an inquiry into crime in Cape Town, which the EFF initiated last year.
It can be correct that because there is an ad hoc that is taking place on police and the work of the committee has come to a standstill.
Speaker Tokote Diza says House Chairperson Cedric Froelich will meet with the chairpersons of the affected committees to discuss.
We have noted the uneven performance, some of them which might relate to members serving on other structures, but that should not impact negatively on the work of committees.
The ad hoc committee is not due to conclude its work until the end of March. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
And the search for a ninth person in a huge avalanche in California in the U.S. will stretch into the weekend as extreme weather continues to hamper operations. The bodies of 8 people known to have died when they were engulfed in a wall of snow cannot be moved because of the storm pummeling the Sierra Nevada mountain range and the risk of yet more avalanches. 6 people survived Tuesday's tragedy, one of the deadliest in modern U.S. history. Gold is trading at $4,994.64 an ounce. The rand is at 16.17 to the dollar, 21.75 to the pound, 19.02 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $71.81 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got an accident in Eldorado Park. This one happened on the N12 East right near the Golden Highway. Delays from Klipspruit Valley Road. There's also queuing traffic reported along the N12 West. This is between Edenville Road and the R24 merge.
A partly cloudy Friday in store for Gauteng with isolated showers expected. The temperatures will peak at highs between 27 and 30 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour. Deputy President Paul Mashatile is set to conduct an oversight visit to Johannesburg's water facilities this morning in his capacity as chairperson of the Water Task Team.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Calling all the brightest minds in Gauteng. Time to flex your general knowledge smarts in the brain of 702. Enter now on primemediaplus.com. T's and C's apply.
You're with Clement Manyathela
On 702.
Let's walk the talk. Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856.
92.7 and 106 FM.
Minutes after 9 o'clock, Dumelang. Welcome to the Clement Manyathela Show. Happy Friday. It's great to have you with us here on 702. I hope you're well this morning. Every Friday we do Gratitude Friday. This is where you can give us a call here on the 702 open line and tell us what you are grateful for this week. What happened this week that put a smile on your face? What happened this week that reminded you how blessed you are? Please share that with us. We'd like to celebrate with you. You can call us on 011-883-0702. Alternatively, you can send us a WhatsApp voice note on 072-702-1702. Did you follow what happened yesterday at Robert Mugabe's son's residence in Hyde Park? Because it's sounding a little dodgy how things transpired and what the police were also busy with last night. So, preliminary reports, if you remember yesterday, the suggestion was that there is a gardener that was shot in the residence by either the son of the former late president of Zimbabwe or his friend or relative, because there are two people that were taken in by police. And the reports yesterday indicated that it was a gardener. But then there were other people who were outside the house who seemed to indicate something different. You remember Serge Kabonge. He was there outside the house. You remember Malcolm X that we've spoken to before on the show. He was there outside the house. And there's a clip I've seen, I think the Sowetan posted it, of Serge Kabonge saying he just got a call from a friend, I'm assuming the son of Robert Mugabe, who said, there's something here, we've just shot the bodyguard. So is it the bodyguard that was shot or is it the gardener? So that's where I'm confused. The second part is, where is the gun that was used? Because the police, from also reports, indicated that the police arrived at the residence and then they left. And then they came back much later, and that's when they were trying to recover the gun. That sounds a little dodgy to me, if that's really how it happened. And by the way, we did ask the police to come and speak to us. We've just not been successful. If the police arrive on the scene and there's someone who has been shot, and there are clearly people in that household who would have been or could have been perpetrators of that crime, how do you not recover the gun? I mean, isn't that the first thing you do when you arrive on the scene and someone has been shot? Do you not? The gun is one of the first things you recover, right? But the gun wasn't recovered. And the police at some point left. And I wonder if they left these supposed suspects on their own. And when they came back much later, is that only when they are trying to recover the gun? Because until late last night, around 9 p.m., there were divers that were brought in to the house because apparently the pool was so dirty, so the gun could have been thrown in the pool. So there's a lot that's just not making sense to me. And I suppose the characters that were also found outside the house makes you just wonder what really transpired here. So if you've been following the story, let me know what your thoughts are. Please, let's help each other out here. What do you think transpired here? What's making sense to you? What's not making sense to you? Here's why I think this is important. There are instances where people who come from families that are powerful, families that are influential, families that are rich, there are certain things that they get up to and they get away with that. And we've seen it happen many times, right? Remember what happened with Grace Mugabe? Remember that assault? When was it? It was a while back. I wasn't even doing this show at the time. She had assaulted one of, I think, was it the girlfriends, one of the girlfriends of her sons, and she was in South Africa visiting these boys, if I remember correctly. And she assaulted that woman, and did she ever appear in court? And then we were told about immunity. Gets on a flight, back in Zimbabwe. But if it was any ordinary person, is that how the matter would have been dealt with? So the point I'm trying to make is the fact that these guys can take out a gun and shoot at the gardener or their security guard is because they actually genuinely think they can get away with it. And that is why even the police yesterday recovered. I mean, the SABC last night was reporting that there's a vehicle that was recovered. And guess what? The vehicle was fitted with sirens. Sirens, and the vehicle is not registered with the police. That's what the SABC reported last night. So this gives Ket Matlala vibes, where your vehicle is fitted with these elements that only police vehicles or protection services must be fitted with. So, look, we don't know, maybe because, these are children of a former head of state. I don't know to what extent, their security will be elaborate like that. But that's the kind of clarity that we need, because maybe there's no need for us to go crazy about the vehicle that's been seized, because actually, maybe that's how sons of former presidents get driven around in other countries. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts on 011-883-0702. And I was having a debate this morning with the producers about these people who come from powerful families. Like, think of Prince Andrew, for instance, who is from the royal family. He was also arrested yesterday. And I don't know if we can separate them from the families they come from and the influence that has enabled them to do the things that they do. So when prominent and powerful figures are accused of wrongdoing, do you separate their actions from their environment? Because some people are thinking, yeah, but we're being unfair by trying to bring in the Mugabes here. These kids are individuals. Sure, I get that, but I don't think these guys would behave like this if they were not coming from an influential family like that. And I think many times, like with Prince Andrew, there are things that get buried under the carpet. So in the name of protecting the legacy or the name of the family, things get buried under the carpet. And then one day, it's just not possible to keep them buried under the carpet like we're seeing with what's happening with Prince Andrew and Epstein. So how much is it agency and how much is it actually context? Because individuals act within a context, but can also choose their actions within those contexts. 011-883-0702 is the number to dial. We're taking your WhatsApps as well on 072-702-1702. At 10 o'clock, we are going to do our Across the Desk feature. And today I'm hosting Metro Police officers. These are men and women that we see in uniform when we're busy, passing intersections. They're there before sunrise. They're there at accident scenes in the pouring rain, during major events, during protests, festive traffic operations, you name it. But beyond issuing fines and directing traffic, these are the people who also play a far broader role in keeping the city functioning, right? The Metro Police are tasked with traffic enforcement, bylaw enforcement, crime prevention within the city, which is a city that never sleeps. So from tackling reckless driving and drunk driving to supporting other law enforcement agencies and ensuring public safety at large gathering, their work actually sits at the front line of urban order. So what does the job really entail, and what are the pressures, the risks, the rewards of wearing that uniform, and what does it take to build a career in metro policing? They're going to be with us between 10 and 11 o'clock. So if you've got questions you've always wanted to ask Metro Police officers, get them ready. At 11 o'clock, we're going to do our relationship feature that we do every single Friday at 11. And today we're going to be discussing how gratitude and appreciation can improve relationships. I mean, many of us can write long lists, and we're very quick to point to our partner's faults. But how often do we actually acknowledge and appreciate what's going right in the relationship? And yet, we all want to be appreciated, especially in long-term relationships and marriages, right? Many couples feel grateful, but they don't express or they don't act on that gratitude. And over time, relationships become more like fault-focused instead of appreciation-focused. And that, as you can imagine, slowly erodes morale. It erodes the connection. So today, we're shifting the focus from what your partner does wrong, and I want us to focus on what they do right and why that could change the entire emotional climate of your relationship. When last did you appreciate your partner? What is the one thing that they do that you genuinely appreciate? That's the conversation we're going to have at 11 o'clock. That's the show coming up over the next 3 hours.
Clement Manyathela, streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Good morning, Madimecha. Last week I won What is the Question from Bongani Bingwa's show. Yesterday, 702 transferred 1,000 rand into my account. I'm so grateful. Thank you, 702. Thank you so much, Clement. It's Jablisile from Midrand. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.
Morning, Clement and 702 listeners. I would like to express that I am grateful for my partner, the mother of my child. She is a rock. She is the reason why I can go to Europe and tour with my band. I think all mothers out there don't get enough credit. So I want to just say that I'm grateful for the mother of my child, my partner. I love her. And I'm grateful for mothers in general. They are all incredible.
Oh, they are indeed.
Your voice,
Your station.
your open line
Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela.
on 702.
Oh, Clement, you are thinking the same thing that I was thinking yesterday when they arrested the son, that they always get away with murder. I mean, like the mother came and assaulted the girls, and she got away with it. So is he also going to get away with it? That's my question.
Good morning, Clement. I wonder when you say police arrived and then they left and came back later and didn't find a gun. Since we were made straight, so already something is fishy. Already. As illiterate as I am, I know first thing you do when you come into the scene is secure the scene, and everyone that is there is a suspect. These things are disappointing. Are very disappointing. I'm so disappointed.
I was having a debate this morning.
Good morning, Clement. These boys, I can tell you for free. They've been like this for so long. The school that they've been attending in Zimbabwe, they've been chased away because of this, of the way they are doing things. They went to Europe. Europe again, they've been chased away again. They don't go to Europe. They've been chased away. These boys, they've been like this, very arrogant. So now I want to see what South Africa going to do with these boys. They've been like this, these boys. Everywhere they go, they got chased away. I don't know when did they last attend the school, because in Zimu, they chased in that school that we've been attending. They went to Europe. Europe, they've done the same thing. They've chased away, and then they came to South Africa.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, at the age of 29 or so, the other person who was with, who was also taken in by police, I'm told is 24. And that's why I'm saying you've got to look at the influence that the family has. These kids probably thought, we can get away with it. And that's why they can just take out a gun and shoot whoever they shoot, because maybe they've gotten away with worse before. Hence, I gave you the example of the mother. Grace Mugabe was here, came here, assaulted someone. What happened? Did she appear in court? No, she was given a warning statement and had to hand herself over to a police station, but she didn't. She left. And the representatives of her indicated to the police that her itinerary included, among others, other private matters, her attendance and participation at the scheduled SADC summit and bilateral diplomatic meetings that were already underway in Pretoria. She was here for shopping and to see her kids. But because they had to find a loophole so that she can escape and go home with no accountability, then they had to say, actually her itinerary included her attending the diplomatic summit that was taking place in Pretoria. And then as a result, then the Zimbabwean government sent official correspondence to the International Relations Department invoking diplomatic immunity for its first lady. It's wild. It really is. It's 23 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Your voice. Your station. Your open line. Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela on 702.
I've asked our colleague from Eyewitness News, Oren Singh, to jump into studio to maybe help us just plug the holes here, because there's a lot that's not making sense. Oren, thank you for jumping in.
Not a problem, Clem.
So one of the things that are confusing me is the police. They arrived on the scene, left, came back. Did they leave anybody on the crime scene when they left, or they left these boys, or were they arrested before the police left this crime scene?
So police initially left the crime scene for the first time and took away these two young men.
Or left with them?
Left with them, went to Bramley police station. They were handcuffed. They were put into the police vehicle and they were escorted to Bramley police station where they were questioned.
Yeah.
And then later in the afternoon, we heard they were officially arrested and charged with attempted murder.
Okay.
Police then go back to the crime scene, being the house. Now remember, Clement, this house is under the Mugabe Trust.
Yeah.
It's owned by the family and it's under a trust. Upon getting to the house the second time, that's yesterday evening, police were trying to establish where the gun is. Now, police divers from SAPS went into a pool that's located on the property, quite a massive pool, and they said they suspected that the gun may have been thrown into the pool. So they were looking to drain the pool and search the pool for the gun. They didn't find anything. But during that time, they saw a vehicle parked on the property, just on the periphery of the property, still within the bounds, a BMW. And they entered this BMW and they searched the vehicle. And what they found was white lights, blue lights, and a siren. And that now intrigued police as to what was this vehicle being used for. The vehicle is also registered to the Mugabe family, but was being used, as we understand, by their sort of head of security. This gentleman, quite a large gentleman in size, was at the scene yesterday. He was seen arguing with security officers, trying to gain entry to the property. Police weren't letting him aside.
Who's that person?
This is the head of the Mugabe security.
Oh.
He goes by the name of Batista.
Okay.
That's the name he goes.
Batista.
That's the name he goes by.
What an interesting name.
But in any case, we understand that police confiscated phones that belong to him, as well as some of his other officials that surround him, and they're continuing their investigations.
Okay. So that vehicle, was it seized by the police?
The vehicle has been seized by police, and I mean, it begs the question: white lights, yeah, I understand, that is community policing forum. Blue lights, Cat Matlala vibes.
Vibes, I said that earlier, but then the argument could be that, yeah, these are children of a former president. I mean, I don't know how children of former president gets transported. I don't know, do they get vehicles with blue lights transporting them in countries they go to?
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think police would have seized the vehicle and confiscated the lights if that was the case.
Yeah,
I don't think the bodyguard or the head of security is authorized to use blue lights.
Yeah.
If that was the case, police would have said,
at the very least, they should have known about it.
They
and
should have
the police
known.
are saying, nah, this is not even registered.
Exactly.
If you're going to use the excuse of we are children of a former president, which I really think it's pushing it, the suggestion I'm making. Now, the next confusion here is, so these guys did not tell the police where the gun is, clearly.
Clearly not. Clement, from what we understand, and obviously we don't want to talk too much about investigations because the Provincial Investigation Unit is dealing with it in Gauteng, but they are looking at certain individuals within the security detail who possibly, after the shooting occurred at 10:30 yesterday morning, after the shooting were on scene, then left scene very quickly, and then rushed back to the scene later. So that suggests maybe they were burying evidence, trying to hide something. It could well not be the case. But, I mean, the gun has not been found on the property. Sniffer dogs were sent in. They couldn't pick up anything. And remember, these dogs search specifically for ballistics. So for weapons, for ammo, for guns, anything of that sort, explosives. And they couldn't pick up anything. So I don't in the least suspect that the gun is at the property.
Yeah.
I believe personally that it's been taken away by someone and it's somewhere else.
Which would be defeating the ends of justice. I mean, you're obstructing it.
Exactly.
Okay, quickly then. Was it the gardener that was shot, or was it someone who is an employee, like a security or what, of the family?
Initially, we got told it was a gardener, and then we were told it was a security guard. Police came out yesterday to confirm it was a gardener. But my sources, and I'm talking about 3 or 4 sources, bearing in mind one of them was even a paramedic that attended to the person that was shot, suggests it's a security guard. He was wearing Magnum boots. These boots go for 3,000 Rand. They are boots that security guards often wear, steel toe cap. It's not something that a gardener would be wearing to do his duties. They suggest that he is a security guard, not necessarily a bodyguard, but a security guard that was based at the property.
All right, Oren, thank you so much. That information is so valuable and informative to us. Really appreciate it. So there you have it. In fact, someone just sent me a WhatsApp or a message on the WhatsApp line saying, Clement, based on that court ruling around Grace Mugabe, she is indeed stripped of her diplomatic immunity in South Africa and may face, she faces an outstanding warrant of arrest, which makes it highly unlikely that she will ever return to South Africa. Sure, but I bet you, if history is anything to go by, she's probably been here 100 more times, and we don't know about it. We have allowed people to leave this country. We have allowed Omar al-Bashir to leave this country. Kimang, that pastor, Papa, Bishop Bushiri, we let Bishop Bushiri leave this country. To this day, we don't know how he left. Are you kidding me? To this day, we don't know how that man left this country. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Grace Mugabe has been here and has enjoyed shopping. I mean, Thabo Bester was shopping when we all thought he's dead. The things that happen in this country are wild. What do you think is at play here? And what do you think is going to happen? I hope that there's going to be accountability. I hope they're not going to pin this on some security. If these boys are the ones that did it, they must be held accountable. It's 9:30. Time for the latest in Eyewitness News headlines. Fiso, trade unions in Tshwane, what are they doing?
Well, Clement, good morning. They are challenging the municipality's decision to implement a fixed 35,000 Rand a month allowance for VIP protection officers. Last year, the Tshwane Council passed a motion to have all VIP protection officers in its Metro Police Department paid a monthly allowance in lieu of overtime. VIP protection officers are tasked with protecting the mayor, deputy mayor, MMCs and other senior officials. Deputy President Paul Mashatile is set to conduct an oversight visit to Johannesburg's water facilities this morning in his capacity as chairperson of the Water Task Team. The visit takes place amid persistent water supply challenges affecting residents, which have seen frustrated community members picket over prolonged outages. And a new United Nations panel on artificial intelligence aims to make human control a technical reality as leaders at a summit in India weigh their message on the future of the divisive technology. The flip side of the gold rush surrounding AI is the risk of job disruption, online abuse, and the heavy electricity consumption of data centers. The UN General Assembly has confirmed 40 members for a new group called the Independent International Scientific Panel on Artificial Intelligence. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 10 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, traveling on the N12 West, we've got some delays between Edenville Road and the R24 exit. This is due to a major accident scene, so please be on the lookout there. There's also queuing traffic reported in the Eldorado Park. In fact, another accident there along the N12 East. It happened right after Cliffsford Valley Road. It's causing delays. Please be on the lookout and approach with care. And if you're traveling towards the Crown Interchange, do expect delays on the M2 West between Hardwick Road and Elof Street. More updates coming up at the top of the hour. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Africa Milani.
Weekday mornings,
4 to 6.
Why would only 4 of the 17 men have returned? Why not all 17?
They were not probably all of the 11 together being deployed into Ukraine. So it depends on a lot of logistical issues on the ground, to get people released. First of all, to identify them and to find them, and then to get them released officially back to Moscow, and then from Moscow via Dubai back to South Africa is a huge logistic nightmare.
Cobus Murray, independent defense analyst.
Africa Milani.
4 to 6 on 702.
Amidst global uncertainty, Africa offers opportunities. At the African Markets Conference 2026, decision makers from across Africa and the world will explore how policy reform, market development, and private capital can accelerate sustainable growth across the continent at scale. Learn more at standardbank.co.za/CIB. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Andile here with more than just a horse betting ad. Bet on the horses at 10bet and ride with a 20% free bet boost on your deposit. It's more than just a race. It's a 10bet experience. Join now at 10bet.co.za. 10bet is a licensed betting operator and supports responsible gambling. No person under the age of 18 shall be permitted to bet. Betting can be addictive. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line is 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
From your pet's bowl
to Belito, brew.
or Barcelona. Maybe Bordeaux?
How about Brazil?
Or Bots, Betty's, Baviance, Bella Bella, or even Benoni. Buy any Hills pet food and you could win one of 10 holidays worth 200,000 Rand each. Or take the bucks. Scientifically proven formulas for your pet. An adventure for you. Hills Pet Nutrition. Science does more. T's and C's apply.
Stand a chance to win a share of a red-hot 3 million Rand with the Hollywood Bets Spinner Zonke jackpot race. Enter the chase and enjoy a feast of fun where every spin could unlock riveting rewards. To start your adventure, bet 2 Rand or more on selected habanero games every Wednesday, Friday and Saturday between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. The racing revolution starts now. Dive in and prepare to take top spot. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
South Africa's youth face a real crisis with 8.8 million young people between the ages of 18 and 35 not in education, employment or training. But there's a solution. SA Youth is the country's largest free online youth recruitment platform, connecting employers to over 4.5 million young work seekers. Join Shami Sarianarain, who is the Chief Impact Officer at Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator on The Money Show with Stephen Grootes next Tuesday from 10 p.m. as she shares how SA Youth is breaking barriers, supporting over 3,000 employers and powering entry-level opportunities across all sectors. Only on 702. Let's walk the talk.
Your voice, your station, your open line. Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela on 702.
It's 24 minutes before 10 o'clock on the 702 open line. We're taking your calls on 011-883-0702. WhatsApp's on 072 702 1702. Semi, you calling us from Centurion. What are your thoughts? Good morning.
Good morning, Clement. Clement, with regards to Mugabe's son, I think as South African, we should stop giving ourselves headaches here. That guy, as you explained how the whole incident went yesterday, he's just going to be whispered of our country in the same way that we saw in 2017 when Chris Mugabe assaulted Gabriela and Nkwana Mashabane granted a diplomatic immunity, of which that's even illegal. And then the next thing, she got away with it. So unless the victim in this case gets help from some organization like maybe Helen Suzman Foundation or AfriForum, nothing's going to happen here. That guy is getting away with it. For all we know, by now, he's already in Zimbabwe embassy or he's already back home in Zimbabwe. So if you think that he's going to face justice, forget about it. Remember in 2017, Bushiri was facing criminal charges and everything. The president of his country was here. Then suddenly he disappeared. He went back. So let me tell you something, Clement. And people can call me xenophobic all they want. Our government is doing all it can. Is doing everything in its power to make sure that whenever foreign nationals commit crimes in our country, they never face justice. Like, for example, you take that incident of the Uber driver who was murdered. If one of those guys was a foreign national, he's not going to be jailed. In other countries, what normally happens, if you're a foreign national, you are convicted. You are going to serve your sentence and then you get deported afterwards. Unlike in South Africa, when a foreign national commits a crime, they don't serve a sentence and then they are deported. No, they are deported once they are convicted. So, if you think, Clement, I can bet you 5,000 rands for this. If you think that guy's gonna face justice, forget about that. Forget about it, Clement. And I'm betting you right now, he's already in Zimbabwe.
Yo, I hope not, Semi. But you know what? Anything is possible. I hope not. I also don't think so. I think they're still behind bars. But this country, anything is possible. Now, I want to explain this to you, and please bear with me. I'm not suggesting anything about the people I'm mentioning. I'm just giving you context because I think that may matter or not. But in case it will, let's remember. So, outside the house, first of all, did you see how huge that house is? Hey, it's nice to be children of former presidents, eh? Like, I kept on thinking yesterday, with everything happening in Zimbabwe, and you've got these kids, then are they even working here? I don't think they're working. I wonder. Like, do they run a business? Do they do work? Or all they do is just live a fleshy life and enjoy the rewards or what their father or their family was able to accumulate over the years? They live in a huge house. He's 29, I'm told. The other person who was there with him is 24 or so? I could be wrong. But this I was told by a reporter. Here is what I think we must think more carefully about the story and not just think it's a matter of criminality and that's it. Outside the house, you saw Serge Kabonge. You saw Malcolm X. Why do these people matter? Is because I've interviewed them on this show before, and they've told me live on this show that they are close to top cops. Serge Kabonge said in studio here last year that he is close friends with Shadrach Sibiya. Do you remember that? We got an anonymous call from someone, in fact, who said, while I was talking to Serge, and says, Clement, and told the producers that I always see Serge with Shadrach Sibiya at 123 Hotel. Thank goodness that call came while the interview was happening. And I asked Serge, I said, what's your relationship with this man? Because I'm getting information that you often meet him at a specific hotel. And he confirmed that they're close friends. Close with the top cop, like Shadrach Sibiya, the Deputy National Police Commissioner. Malcolm X was also on the show. Malcolm X was there outside the house of Katie Molefe when Katie Molefe was being arrested, one of the arrests. Malcolm X told me on the show that he has a relationship with the former Hawks head, Godfrey Libya. Oh, he said, yeah, we talk. Yeah, we talk. We get along. We're quite close. We know each other. So I'm saying to you, there are these two characters. A lot of you don't really know what they do. Malcolm X calls himself a super consultant, and they are connected to top cops. And for some reason, they happen to be outside the house of the son of Robert Mugabe when a crime like that has just occurred. And look at how the story is always consistent. With Katie Molefe, what did Malcolm X say? He says, I just got a call that said, hey, listen, this person is being arrested and I had to come and provide like some support. That's why he ended up at Katie Molefe's house. Serge Nkabonge last night, when I think he was interviewed by the Sowetan, he said, hey, he called me, I think he's referring to the son, and he says, I got a call and then I came here, and then on the call they said, Ish, the bodyguard was shot, and then I just came here. I'm here to give moral support. I'm not involved in anything. I'm here to give moral support. Is that not dodgy to you with everything we know about these guys and how they've been connected to top cops and everything you've heard so far from the Madlanga Commission? Does it not raise eyebrows when you hear about their presence outside the house? It does to me. It does to me. Ngetizi, you are in Centurion. Good morning.
Morning, Clement. How are you?
Joshua Ben, go ahead.
Shabman, I don't have a lot of comments. The question is, if Zimbabwe is a beautiful land, why are all those politicians living in South Africa? To me, that's the basis of it. If all those people, their fathers made Zimbabwe a beautiful land and so forth, why are they not staying there? Why is South Africa so open to get all those people in here? We can go and look at names of people that are million and billionaires in Zimbabwe. They own properties in South Africa. But those are the same people that are saying Zimbabwe is good and it's open for investment. What are you doing here?
Okay, that is it. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. I think that is done there. But then there are people who live in other countries like Lesotho or Botswana. There are politicians who also own property here in South Africa. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that just because you think your country is open for investment and you're so convinced your country is doing well, then you mustn't invest, elsewhere. I think you always want to find opportunities. So I don't want to be unfair like that on Zimbabwean politicians because I'm trying to be consistent. Then you must say the same thing about politicians in Botswana who have got property here. You must say the same thing about politicians in other neighboring countries who may, or even our own politicians who go and buy property in other neighboring countries. Your WhatsApps on 072-702-1702.
Revolutionary greetings, Clement. Yeah, this is really, really weird. This is really, really a peculiar case. The boy was arrested, Mugabe's son was arrested, but where was the gun? Tololo. Mahai remember some years back, Willa Shapa, that I think it was a hotel lady. So just because Kiki Musadi wa Mugabe, everything was smuggled till today. There was no case against that Musadi wa Mugabe. So yeah, let's sit back, let's enjoy our popcorn. Re bone gore maphodisa rena a tla tswela jwang ka case. But
Good morning, Clement. I think these Mugabes must be banned from South Africa. They must just be declared undesirable people in this country. They mustn't be allowed to own any properties. Throw those boys in jail. After that, deport them. That's it. Jeez. Thanks, by the way, I'm a Zimbabwean citizen working and living in South Africa legally. Thank you so much, Clement. Bye, Anonymous.
Hey, morning, Clement. How are you? Yeah, speaking to Michael Ratzenberg. You see, God has got his own ways of doing his own things. 2017, Grace ran away. Thought she's clever. And now she wants to come and support her son for what she did. But I think if it was possible for South Africa, they have to teach these people, especially the regimes in Zimbabwe, that they don't owe people. It's only God we owe people. It's only the opportunity which they got to lead the people. Like if you're gonna see what is this family doing, they think that they own the land. They forget that this earth belongs to everyone who is living in it. I think the harshest sentence must be sent to this guy, so that even that other regime of the Mnangagwas, which is still there in Zimbabwe, they're gonna get a light of what is going to happen when their father is out of power. Thank you, Clement.
Yeah, the question now is Grace Mugabe, she'll have to give them moral support all the way from Zimbabwe because she can't come here. And I suppose that's a tragedy for her because she can't travel to South Africa to support her son because she has an outstanding warrant of arrest dating back to 2017, relating to those allegations that she assaulted that woman, Gabriela Angels, at that hotel in Johannesburg. But then again, this is South. Grace could be whisked in the wee hours of the morning, spend the night with her son, and leave before dawn and go back to Zimbabwe. Because we have seen way too many unbelievable stories here. When Omar al-Bashir was let go, when Grace Mugabe was let go, when Bushiri somehow disappeared with no trace. Nobody can tell you from our authorities how this man disappeared. When Thabo Bester was able to fake his own death, and our own government didn't know? And you want to tell me it's not possible that Grace Mugabe can come here, even with a warrant of arrest, and manage to leave? Then you don't know this country. History tells me that, my friend, is a high possibility.
702 Afternoons
with Relebohile Mabota, 1 to 3 p.m.
We have a whole generation that experienced apartheid that at some point is going to be gone. There are many stories that have already been lost from individual experiences. But what can every individual that is listening do to help in preserving our African heritage?
If we take a bit of time to learn and to value, what that will mean is that the history and the past will not only be left in the past, but basically comes to the present and inform our present choices.
Dr. Jopela, Executive Director of the African World Heritage Fund.
702 Afternoons
with Relebohile Mabota.
Let's walk the talk.
Whether you love watching great films or dream of making them, the Joburg Film Festival, in partnership with MultiChoice Group, a Canal Plus company, from the 3rd to the 8th of March, has something for you. Experience powerful local and international cinema on the big screen and tap into the JBX Talks, where the people shaping film unpack the craft, the business, and the future of storytelling. It's more than a festival. It's a front row seat to the film world. Book your tickets now at joburgfilmfestival.co.za.
The Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra presents its summer season concerts, featuring celebrated conductors and soloists. Thursday evenings from 26th February to 19th March at the Linda Auditorium. These concerts are not to be missed. Tickets available at Quicket.
Year in, year out, we're fixing tires faster than a Formula One pit crew. My team is on top of things like tire whisperers. If an unforeseen accident were to happen in my workshop, at least I've got My Way business insurance to keep the wheels turning.
Visit myway.co.za or dial 0860 64 64 64 and get a quote today. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's, C's and standard rates apply. My Way. Live your way.
Hey, Balis, where you been?
Gemstar, just got back from New York and London.
Nice. Must have been rough working from hotel rooms.
No, friend. I was at WeWork the whole time. Everything I needed.
Still blows my mind how big this place is.
I know, right? WeWork Rosebank is like 6 floors.
Private offices, hot desks. I love that you can choose.
Wi-Fi that never lets you down.
My team doesn't want to go home anymore.
WeWork, 24/7 co-working spaces. Book your free WeWork tour at Rosebank, Sandton or Cape Town. WeWork.co.za. Made for work, built for business.
Your voice.
Your station.
Your open line.
Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela.
On 702.
8 minutes before 10 o'clock.
Hi, Clement.
What?
These kids have money, bruh. There's a story that once came out in Zimbabwe. And it turns out their sister had 77 properties, houses, 15 farms. I know these people have money, Clement. They have mines, they have businesses. I'm very sure they even have active businesses here in South Africa. No, they are very, very, very rich. When we say they have money, Clement. Especially like with the houses. They were listed in a newspaper in Zimbabwe. These are things that happened. If you look for it, you will probably find it online. 77 properties belonging to one person.
Why?
That's yo. So yeah, and their house in Zimbabwe where Robert Mugabe lived. I mean, I had the opportunity, a very rare opportunity, to go to that house when I was in Zimbabwe. Oh, this is many years ago. This is during the elections when was it when Mnangagwa was elected the first time or the second time? I don't remember. It must have been the first time, maybe. Robert Mugabe was quite sick. Like he was struggling to speak. He spoke really slow. And I remember he called a press briefing. And I happened to be in Zimbabwe covering elections for Eyewitness News. And I was one of the journalists who were invited to the house for the briefing. And it was so wild. When you look at the mansion, the house they live in, the security, the people who work there, it's like a hotel. It's like in a hotel, like the staff members, like that's an entire department. And sometimes I just think optics matter. Like you're a president in a country where there's so much lack. We're not saying you must go live in a shack. But my goodness, to just then own so many properties and live such a fleshy life, even through your kids, is just weird. And look, I'm not saying our president is perfect, but is that what we see with his kids? I mean, he's got a daughter who lives somewhere in Europe who's working as a professional. He's got a son who runs a business. I've not seen anything, and look, I could be wrong. If you've seen something, please point me to it. I've not seen anything that shows like luxury. And why? Because actually, as a father, as a mother, you sit down your kids and you explain to them the context within which you exist as a family. What we have seen with these boys is that what indicates that they actually understand the optics. Because when you hear the stories of what happens in Zimbabwe, it's also wild. I mean, wasn't one of the brothers arrested for drug-related charges in Zimbabwe about a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago? It's almost like they do as they please. Tsepo, you calling from Pretoria. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Clement, how are you?
Sure.
Good, man. Look, I disagree with a fellow listener that says the boys are just going to walk or they might be in Zimbabwe already. And I'll tell you why. The media attention on this case makes it very difficult for anyone to just whisk them out of the country unnoticed. Secondly, they will have to appear before a magistrate for a bail application. And this is a scheduled charge. It's going to be difficult for them. They own properties in a number of countries, I assume. I know in South Africa, They've got passports for a number of countries, so it is going to be difficult for them to convince any magistrate that they are not a flight risk. They are a flight risk. What is really helping us, Clement, with the meting out of justice in this country is the attention that we get from the media houses like you guys. It is really helping and making it difficult, like for the likes of the people that you mentioned that I don't want to mention to get into the fray and make plans for their friends, just to walk away from the scene. But the other thing that you said with Grace, of course, Grace can easily walk into the country with a different name. This is South Africa after all.
This is South. That's Apple. So I'm getting a lot of messages. People are saying Grace is already here under a different name. I'm sure Ibiza Joyce or Tsepiso. This is South. It's possible.
Hi, Clement. This is very unfortunate. You understand how ZANU-PF works. These boys, they have inherited everything of their father. Everything, the bad and the good. They are spoiled brats. Chances are very high that someone in the house will take a fall, not any of the Mugabes. Someone in the house. That's what they are cooking. Can't tell me the investigation, gun story. The gun story will tell you they are cooking it. Let's hear what the court will say. Someone is going to take a fall on the people who are in the house. Remember, these are loaded boys. They are loaded. Their father left them bottomless inheritance and all that his father was doing.
Good day, Clement. Good day, to lenders. Abraham in Florida. Clement, we must be very wary of figures that appear at crime scenes, usually before the police arrive or even with the police, right? As we have seen on the videos that were circulating. And you don't know what they're actually doing there, but for some reason they are there. And it's giving that they are either dealing with the police to tamper with the scene, or they themselves are involved in tampering with the scene so that whoever committed the crime will not be arrested. Clement, it's very sad to see that such things are still happening after we have had what Julius Mukwanazi had to say, and the witness that was shot, that they had to remove the body and dump it wherever, just to tamper with the scene. We must be very cautious on that, Clement.
Look, we have to be very cautious. And I am not saying that maybe these guys just happen to be friends with these controversial characters. But context matters, as I always say. Context matters. You must always look at things. Yesterday, there's a clip doing the rounds. I'm going to try find it and tweet it. You can see one of the police officers goes and arrives on the scene, hugs Malcolm X. Like, hey, yo. Buddies. And I'm not saying they can't be friends with cops or know them, but with the context we know, that makes me uncomfortable. With all the information I've learned about Katie Molife's arrest and how these guys came on the picture, but what makes me even more uncomfortable is, how is it that they tend to be on the crime scene during these controversial cases, and these are people who have relationships with top cops based on what they've told us? Always remember that. Serge said, I'm close to Shadrach Sibia. Malcolm said to us, I've got a relationship with Godfrey Libya. This is a deputy national police commissioner, and this is a former Hawks head. These are top cops. God bless South Africa.
Different sounds, different worlds.
Different artistic expressions, music, art, and fashion collide. Are you coming? Let's go to the place where the beat drops, the fashion pops, and the art rocks.
We're talking Focalistic, Dali Wonga, Mafigi Zolo, Kurt Darren, Matera Doughboy, Zoe Mujicha, Claire Johnston from Mango Groove, the Tswani Gospel Choir, and more. Mahindra Fusion Fest, Saturday 7th March, Sunbet Arena. Tickets on Ticketmaster now. See you there.
The pain of losing a loved one is never easy. It will leave you feeling overwhelmed. At Clientele, we understand that burying loved ones with dignity truly matters. matters. Our funeral plans pay out cash within just 24 hours, and you receive 200 Rand airtime when you claim to make those important calls. Plus, we cover up to 13 people on one plan. SMS funeral to 31586. That's 31586. Clientele Life is an authorized FSP and licensed life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we at 702 are committed to doing every day. We are also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comments, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way and you feel we are not living up to the code, let us know on comment@702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. Email bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more, visit bccsa.co.za.
This is EWN.
Good morning, I'm Sfiso Zulu. Police have now confirmed that the son of the late former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe and his co-accused will appear in the Alexandra Magistrates Court on Monday. 29-year-old Bellarmine Mugabe and another unidentified suspect were arrested and charged with attempted murder yesterday after an employee at the Mugabe Hyde Park home was shot twice. The victim, a 23-year-old, was taken to hospital in critical condition. Members of the Provincial Investigation Unit have been assigned to investigate the crime and continue their search for the gun. Trade unions in Tshwane are challenging the municipality's decision to implement a fixed 35,000 Rand a month allowance for VIP protection officers. Last year, the Tshwane Council passed a motion to have all VIP protection officers in its Metro Police Department paid a monthly allowance in lieu of overtime. VIP protection officers are tasked with protecting the mayor, deputy mayor, MMCs and other senior officials. Tabiso Koba reports.
Due to the busy and dynamic schedules of senior public representatives, VIP protection officers usually have to claim more than the 40-hour monthly cap on overtime. However, this has caused issues for the city with the Auditor General. As a way to resolve this, Tshwane's mayoral committee introduced a 35,000 Rand monthly allowance that will be paid to all VIP protection officers in addition to their salaries and regardless of how many hours they work. Lynette Burns Kotsia, who's regional manager for the trade union Imatu, says organized labor wasn't properly consulted on this.
It's not about the money, it's about the fact that they don't manage the overtime for that VIP protection unit. There's no special skill. It's just people that gets favoritized in being VIP protectors, and the rest of TMPD doesn't get that opportunity.
The SA Municipal Workers Union is also against the allowances, with the matter now before the local labor forum. Tabisokoba, Eyewitness News.
Deputy President Paul Mashatile is set to conduct an oversight visit to Johannesburg's water facilities this morning in his capacity as chairperson of the Water Task Team. The visit takes place amid persistent supply challenges that's been affecting residents, which have seen frustrated community members even picket over prolonged outages. Mashatile's visit comes as authorities implement water shifting measures aiming at managing system pressure and restoring consistent flow. Dimakatsole Shuru reports.
The oversight visit is set to form part of government's broader efforts to unblock bottlenecks and restore a reliable, sustained water supply in the city. This comes as a report by National Treasury shows that municipalities are losing billions of rand annually in potential revenue due to water losses. Tshwane and Johannesburg are among the metros where significant volumes of water are lost, largely due to aging infrastructure, poor maintenance, frequent pipe bursts and weak management systems. While rainwater continues to pump at full capacity, supply remains constrained. The Commando network, including Brixton, Crosby, Hurst Hill, as well as Soweto reservoirs, such as Doornkop and Meadowlands, has been under immense pressure. Authorities say this network is now showing gradual improvement, although not yet fully stabilized. Dimakatsole Shoro, Eyewitness News.
And a new United Nations panel on artificial intelligence aims to make human control a technical reality as leaders' summits in India weighs their message on the future of the divisive technology. The flip side of the gold rush surrounding AI is the risk of job disruption, online abuse, and the heavy electricity consumption of data centers. The UN General Assembly has confirmed 40 members for a new group called the Independent International Scientific Panel on Artificial Intelligence. This advisory body aims to be AI what the UN's anti-governmental panel on climate change is to global warming, and it was created in August. Gold is trading at $4,994.64 an ounce. The rand 16.17 to the dollar, 21.75 to the pound, 19.02 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $71.81 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got delays in Bedford View along the N12 West. An accident has been reported there. It's right near the Klulis interchange. Delays from the R24 merge. There's also queuing traffic along the R21 North. This is as we head towards the city of Tshwane. Roadworks are causing delays there. There's also slow-moving traffic reported in Protea Glen along the N12 West near the R558.
A partly cloudy Friday in store for Gauteng with isolated showers expected. The temperatures will peak at highs between 27 and 30 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour. Police have now confirmed that the son of the late former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe and his co-accused will appear in Alexandra Magistrates Court on Monday after they were charged of attempted murder.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
Let's walk the talk. Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7 and 106 FM.
Seven minutes after 10 o'clock, Dumelang. Welcome to the second hour of the Clement Manyathela Show. Thank you for staying with us here on 702. And as always, I appreciate your contribution on the 702 open line. So, someone asked Clement Manyathela, who works with the Department of Cooperative, not Cooperative, what's DERCO again? The Department of International Relations. Someone asked Clayson on Twitter. This guy is Field Marshal, that's his name. He said to Clayson, do the Robert Mugabe boys or any former foreign president's kids enjoy diplomatic status or immunity in South Africa? That's a question. Clement Manyathela, who works at DERCO, responded and said, no, automatic immunity doesn't apply here. Family members of a head of state, in this case, a former head of state, do not automatically benefit from immunity from jurisdiction in a foreign state like South Africa. Diplomatic immunity context matters. So if a child is part of a diplomatic mission, they will enjoy privileges accorded to diplomats. Let me pause there before I continue. This is exactly what we were told about the mother of this kid. Grace Mugabe came here, beat up a woman at a hotel, while she was busy shopping, and then they had to find a loophole because there was a SADC conference taking place. And then they said, oh, actually part of her itinerary was to attend that. Why? Because they needed to justify getting her to leave without going to appear in court. That's what they wanted to justify. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if they're going to try that move again. Because what are they going to tell us? I mean, are there any summits taking place now? We must check. Are there any SADC summits taking place or an AU summit? Because if there's an AU summit or SADC summit taking place, what would stop them from saying, oh, these boys were going to go represent, I don't know, the Mugabe family there? That is possible. But we must keep our close eye on that. Clement Manyathela goes on to say, there are exceptions though. Immunity does not protect against serious international crimes and generally does not apply if the child of a former head of state is a national or a permanent resident of the receiving state. And I think in this case, these kids may have permanent residency in South Africa. I stand to be corrected. And then Clayson says, as he ends, in summary, their immunity is typically derived from official capacity or courtesy rather than an automatic inherent right. That's what Clement Manyathela said there on Twitter. I thought I should read that to you because I know some of you are a little concerned about other ways that our government could find to get these kids to go back home without any accountability because it's happened before. It's time now for our Across the Desk feature.
Across the Desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
So on our Across the Desk feature this morning, I'm hosting Metro Police officers. And what we do on Across the Desk is we always want to find out more about people's professions and how they go about their work. Because we all know all these different professions, and that's why I bring you different ones all the time so that we get to know the people behind the jobs. Because these are men and women in uniform that we see at our intersections, we see at accident scenes, we see during major events, during protests. But beyond issuing fines and directing traffic, the metro officers also play a far broader role in keeping the city functioning, right? They're tasked with traffic enforcement, with bylaw enforcement, with crime prevention within the city. And this is a city, as I said earlier on, that really never sleeps. So I want us to take some time to just understand more about their work. And if maybe you're a metro officer yourself and you want to call in and tell us what your experience has been, you're welcome to do that on 011-883-0702. Or you can send us a WhatsApp on 072-702-1702 if you want to join this conversation or you've got a question. Let me introduce you to my guests. This morning, we've got Christelle Tsoku in studio with us. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm well, and you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming through. We also have Roli Mokhope, who is also a Metro police officer. Braroli, thank you for also coming through. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you to the listeners.
Yeah. So I want to start off with just how long you guys have been in the service for. Crystal, how long has it been for you?
I've started 2019, so it should be 7 years this year. 7 years this year, so it's been quite challenging, exciting, and I'm looking forward to exploring even more.
That's great. And then for you, Braroli?
I started in 2015. Yeah, it was been long and it was very good experience.
When you started?
When I started as a Metro Police officer. Yeah, so and then a lot of things, a lot of challenges were there in the road, and also some of the things that the challenges that we met with our motorists outside there. So I've learned a lot while I'm in this field.
Yeah. We also have Xolani Fihla here with us. Xolani, how long have you been around?
Morning to you, Clement. Thank you for the opportunity, and let me greet the listeners as well. I've been in the department since 2008, so it's 18 years this year.
18 years.
18 years,
That's a long time.
No, it has been, but it goes by so quick. You know, they say time flies by when you're having fun.
When you're having fun, yeah. What would you say is challenging about the job, Christelle, for you? Like, what would you say is the challenging thing? Because I find that sometimes when I see how people interact with Metro Police officers, sometimes, I mean, there are people who give you respect, but some people are older than you, and then I'm older, or I'm rushing here, you're wasting my time. What are the challenges that you face, and how do you manage them?
Firstly, I would say as a woman, already that's a challenge. You know, you get a lot of different people with different personalities, different cultural backgrounds, right? So, you know, sometimes I don't want to mention different cultures to be specific, but you get certain people, when I stop them, they were like, no, you're not going to tell me. I'm not going to hear from a woman. So that itself is it's really challenging as a woman. So you need to be extra firm, stand your ground. But what I like, training at the academy that we have received prepares you to remain calm in such situations, be professional. You cannot be loud and I'm also loud. You know what I mean? So I just always remain calm. I stand my ground. I become firm and I execute my duties.
Yeah.
I
like that. Be firm and you don't have to be in a screaming match with them.
I don't have to. You don't have to match the energy. I mean, we trained you to remain calm. They train you to remain professional.
Yeah.
So they prepare you for that.
Yeah. And for you, Rolly, how do you deal with like disrespecting motorists who don't want to respect your authority?
It's quite a challenging thing when you look at this figure, respect, because it comes a long way from our cultural background. So if ever a motorist does not acknowledge the law, it is something that is so challenging in the eye. Or in the face of us as law enforcement officers. Because remember, we are enforcing the law. And then this law was implemented by the people, and the people is the government. So if ever I'm a Metro Police officer stopping you, trying to teach you or educate you about the challenges that I found in your vehicle, you're supposed to be calm. And as a motorist, you need to respect us, because sometimes when you don't respect, we end up having this problem of trying to... as we are arguing with the motorist, whereas we are not arguing with them.
You're just trying to enforce the law.
We are trying to enforce the law, and then the law that they don't want us also to enforce.
Yeah. Olani, I'm interested in finding out how a typical day on duty looks like. Like, what does your shift usually involve as a normal Metro Police officer? Do you get to the office first, or do you go to the scene already? How does it work? Do you get assigned once you've reported to the office first?
With the procedures, of course, you need to report on duty, and that's being on parade, where the supervisors and managers will then take stock of the officers who are on duty, and if you are fully equipped to be on the road, like wearing your bulletproof vest, your reflective jacket.
Must you always wear a bulletproof vest?
You are required to wear your bulletproof vest.
Is that not heavy?
If you are on the road, it is heavy. It has ceramic plates on it.
Every day?
Every day. And also not forgetting your reflective jacket and your firearm as well. But I think my colleagues who are more operational than I am, since I'm in communications, can share better on what then is further expected from them when reporting on duty.
Yeah. So how does your typical day start, Crystal?
Okay. Firstly, we would conduct parade, have inspection, check if you're physically fit, check if you're in full uniform, and then you would be told about the duties of the day. So should it be operations, deployments that are going to happen throughout the day, you would know where to go and what time. And then obviously after that, we would close our parade every single day with a prayer. Yes, because we need that protection. We need protection. Then because let's say it's in the morning, we'd rush to direct traffic during peak hours, conduct roadblocks, do vehicle inspection. And while you're doing a vehicle inspection, you could do roadworthy checking as well. So basically that's just that as well. And also, compliance, driver's compliance as well. Check also monitoring speeding and reckless driving throughout the day, and also assist accidents throughout the day that we get. So we get complaints, we get accidents throughout the day. That's what we do as well.
So and then of course you guys have shifts. Obviously, some work in the morning, some start later.
Yes. So if it's in the morning, we'll start off with directing traffic during peak. Yeah, that's more important. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of directing traffic, how do you guys work with the other guys who direct traffic who shouldn't be directing traffic? Because they don't hide it, they're there. And so what happens when you pass as a Metro Police officer? Do you say to them, "Hey, we're in a hambala," or you find a way to allow them to do that because maybe you guys don't have capacity to be at that spot?
Yeah, we do know that directing traffic in the city of Johannesburg has been a serious challenge for the most part of the couple of years that we've gone through. We've gone through load shedding with traffic lights not working. But another big problem is the unauthorized people who are controlling traffic. So as a Metro Police officer, if you do encounter that, you should be removing that person from controlling traffic. And then secondly, if traffic is then congested, then you must be controlling traffic to.
So if you remove the person, then you must replace them then?
You must replace them then, if there is a need. But at most times, Clement, we do see these people control traffic where there isn't any congestion. So then we do remove and allow the motorists then to navigate through those intersections in a proper manner.
Yeah. What are the busiest periods for you guys, Rolly? Is it festive seasons? Like when are you, let me ask you as an individual, when are you the most busy with your job? Like I know for me, I'm a journalist, so if it's a State of the Nation address, or if elections, that's when we work crazy hours. Are you guys looking at like when there's like a soccer match, maybe a derby in Soweto? Is it festive season? When are you most busy?
Like myself, personally, I'm working at a unit called Events Section.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then it's where we are dealing mostly with the traffic. We are planning for the traffic management, more especially at all the events that are happening within the city of Johannesburg, like for your derby, FNB Stadium, Orlando Stadium, the full capacity. So we are the ones that make sure that the motorists, when they are coming into the events, they access easily through our officers controlling traffic.
Oh, so any event that happens in and around, you must report it to the Metro Police if it's a big event? Like if there's a funeral of a famous businessman or whatever, the family must let you guys know.
With the funerals, it's a bit tricky, but with any other event that is happening within the city of Johannesburg, you need to apply through the city, and that's through the city's Joint Operations Committee, which is the JOC. But then within the JOC, there are various other stakeholders from the city, which is JMPD, Pick It Up, JRA, and also the events section from the city. And with that, then you are guided. If your event is a particular type of event, these are the certain steps that you need to take, especially, let's say, for a derby. Number one stakeholder should be then the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department when it comes to traffic management, and also stakeholders like Joburg Water, if water is going to be then served at that area, environmental health and disaster management as well.
Oh, I see. Yep. What's interesting is, when Rolly speaks about different units, and Crystal, which unit are you part of?
I'm in the operations. I'm in the ground. So I do everything. So we do bylaws, we do crime prevention, traffic control as well. So we do operations. Okay. Operations covers mostly the majority of everything.
Got it. Yeah. All right. I've got some listeners who want to join this conversation. So we've got our headphones ready. So let's listen to some of the WhatsApp voice notes coming through on 072 702 1702. You can also give us a call on 011 883-0702. I'm hosting Metro Police officers on our Across the Desk feature this morning. We're finding out more about their work.
Good morning, Clement, and your guests, the officers. Just a quick one. Is it true that Metro Police are not supposed to be arresting or even issuing a ticket outside their jurisdiction? Thanks, Mbuyiseni.
Okay, so issuing a ticket outside their jurisdiction, meaning what? As a Johannesburg Metro Police, issue a ticket in Tshwane. So you can't do that, can you? Or can you?
With the new act that has been promulgated by the President, which is the ARTO Act, but at the present moment it's only applying in the city of Johannesburg and Tshwane.
Yeah.
That allows you to write a ticket outside your jurisdiction. But going beyond writing tickets, the Premier of the province, Ntate Panyaza Lesufi, last year signed an IGR, which is an intergovernmental relations MOU. So as a Metro Police, then we can jump over jurisdictions and enforce in other areas within the Gauteng province, but that is within coordination with the municipality of those
So you must
areas.
be asked maybe for support, for additional support.
Definitely.
Maybe Tshwane or Ekurhuleni needs somebody, then you come in and that's where you can...
But with tickets, if you are using ARTO, then it does apply within the city of Johannesburg and in Tshwane as well. Because if you do see an offense happening in front of your eyes and you're driving in Tshwane as a Metro Police, then you can stop them and issue a fine.
Okay. Here's another WhatsApp voice note.
Good day, Clement. Good day, 702. Clement, I've always just wondered, why is it that Metro Police would put a speed camera, that mobile one, in the same spot all the time? I mean, motorists, we already know where it is. Just slow down around that, then continue driving. Like, wouldn't it serve you better if you just keep moving it around and putting it in different places? Hector and Midrand.
Hector, don't give them ideas now. How we want to know where the cameras are so that we can be extra careful on that road.
Yes, and Clement, definitely the cameras are there. They need to be visible and people need to see them. At times we do get people who say that we hide behind bushes and something.
So you're
like
always
that.
not visible. Hey,
I'm very visible, actually.
Drive, and then the next thing, you're like, where were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, also remember part of the duties that our daily duties is monitoring speeding.
Yeah.
So we will monitor roads where we probably speeding and whatnot. So
hotspots.
we will, hotspots. So then we will put cameras there.
Yeah.
So if you know that you always speed on that road, we are gonna put a camera there, and you will get a fine.
Do you sometimes, when you stop people and with the manual camera is the one way that you set up, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you sometimes stop people and they just drive off and they drive fast and they don't stop?
But with the camera,
So when you are there, man, as the police with the speeding camera and you're trying to stop someone, but they don't stop, they just drive off.
Sometimes they do drive off, but with the speeding camera, remember it takes a picture, it captures, and then we've got all the details. So you are going to get your ticket regardless.
So you don't try to drive after them and follow them.
With the speeding, Clement, it goes both ways. We do the manual speeding enforcement and also high-speed enforcement. So with the manual, you'll have the officer with the camera, and if you drive past, then they take a click of you. But with the high-speed, that's where we do stop the motorist.
So we'll have gone way beyond.
So we'll have an officer with the camera, let's say a couple of meters ahead, and when you do drive past, then they'll alert the officers ahead that there's a certain type of vehicle, it's been driving at this speed, please stop it. And usually in those cases, then it's non-admission of guilt and you do get arrested for overspeeding.
Yeah.
Good morning, Clement. Kindly ask the officers there, what are they doing to keep their profession respected? As we all know in this country, they are known as the cold drink or Jojo people. What are they doing just to keep that away from their profession? Because we respect them, but they are tainted now because of that.
Yeah, I mean, there are some, and of course, not every Metro Police officer takes or even discusses a bribe. How do you guys navigate issues like that when someone tries to do that?
You know, the first thing, you as a police official, you must know, firstly, what you are there. You are there to serve the community of the city of Johannesburg. And then the corruptor will come because he does not want to be served with a notice of certain things that maybe his car is not in a good condition or maybe he was speeding. Or let me just that example. So the corruptor will come to you as a police official. The only thing that they taught us at the academy, we need to be disciplined. That's point number one. And then point number two, you need to take measures on that particular person who is trying to bribe you as a police official, because it's tarnishing the image of the badge you are wearing. So the only thing that we will do is to say, okay, you want to give me this money, it's fine. The moment I take it, I grab you, you are under arrest. for bribery.
Because you've bribed a police officer. It's like just bribery in jail.
Yeah, because you'll say, man, officer ungangibhali mfethu. Asikhulume yenza kanje. So you are trying to corrupt the system that you were implemented. Because remember, the Constitution, we are led by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, and we are led by all the laws and regulations.
Yeah.
So if ever you are practicing those regulations, or you want me to be corrupt because of certain things, so it's like you are also failing yourself as a citizen.
You are, and to be fair, Polani, I mean, you guys you must be the good ones. I mean, there are cops who stop you, and they're the ones who start the conversation, and they go, Manje uthini? Manje uthini? Or senze manje.
Just to add on that, Clement, also integrity. I believe in integrity. It maintains our profession as well. Integrity is a fundamental of maintaining the public trust. So we need to get accountability structures to help protect both the public and innocent officers.
Yeah.
You know, we do have internal disciplinary units, such as our internal affairs. We do have the anti-corruption policies that are taking place. Also, we do have ethical training, which is going to be throughout the whole career. So also then, we can also use technology such as use of body cams, you know, which will help us a lot in such instances.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's good. When are we getting body cams?
It's something that the department has been looking into for the longest of time. As my colleague did say, it helps a lot for integrity purposes, not only to help the members of public, but to vindicate our officers as well. There's feasibility studies that have been done regarding getting body cameras, and hopefully in the near future we will be having that to assist in our law enforcement efforts.
That's going to help a lot. Yeah. I think that's going to help a lot. It's 10:31. Time for the latest in Eyewitness News headlines. Sfiso, good morning.
Thanks, Clement. Good morning. Police have now confirmed that the son of the late former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe and his co-accused will appear in the Alexandra Magistrates Court on Monday. 29-year-old Clement Mugabe and another unidentified suspect were arrested and charged with attempted murder yesterday after an employee at the Mugabe Hyde Park home was shot twice. The Tshwane municipality says service delivery will not be affected as it prepares to pay more than 1 billion rand in backdated salary increases owed to workers since 2021. In 2022, the municipality reneged on an agreement to pay a 3.5% salary increase to workers. However, after years of litigation, the Metro has agreed to pay the increases to its more than 21,000 employees. And after being released from police custody, it's now a waiting game to see whether the Crown Prosecution Services has enough evidence to charge former British Royal Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Mountbatten Windsor yesterday became the first senior member of Britain's royal family to be arrested in almost 4 centuries after he was detained on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 11 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Traveling in Eldorado Park, we've got a major accident scene along the N12 West. It happened right near the Golden Highway, delays from Klipsford Valley Road. And if you are traveling on the Golden Highway in the Devlin area, do expect some issues. This is just as you come out of Union Avenue and on the N12 as well as the R24 West, queuing traffic there. This is between Edenville Road and the Gilulis interchange. An accident is also causing these delays, so please be patient if you're traveling along this route. And if you're heading towards the Gilulis turnoff on the N3 South, you'll also be met with a few delays there due to that very accident scene. In the city of Tshwane, some issues being reported on the N1 South approaching the Brakfontein interchange. Roadworks are causing these issues, and there's also issues along the R21 North approaching Olifantsfontein Road due to more roadworks. More updates coming up. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app. Aubrey Masango.
Weekday evenings,
8 to midnight.
Francis Lai Hong, advisor to the Chinese Association in Gauteng. Year of the Horse. What does that mean?
Yeah, the horse is normally one of energy and enthusiasm. You know, the horse sign is normally associated with people that are go-getters. The year of the horse, what it means for this year, hopefully for South Africans as well, is that it's a year where we move forward, and we move forward quite significantly in politically, financially, the gold price. So I think all good things to come, Aubrey.
Aubrey Masango.
8 to midnight on 702.
702.
Mzansi, Powerball and Powerball Plus are bringing the excitement with 75 million rand in total guaranteed jackpots this Friday. Don't delay. Play Powerball for a guaranteed 50 million rand and Powerball Plus for the guaranteed 25 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app or cell phone banking. Panda, Pusha, Play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. E2 is a proud operator of the National Lottery.
If you're looking for that new year, new car moment, then look no further than the Haval H6. With the super spacious interior and family-friendly features like auto-lift tailgate and intuitive voice command, the Haval H6 is available from only 6,499 per month. Visit gwm.co.za for T's and C's and to book a test drive. GWM, go with more. Brought to you by GWM Finance, a division of Westbank, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
The Checkers Extravaganza is now on, with over 1,500 deals every week. Like Sunfoil Pure Sunflower Oil 2 litres for $69.99. Tower Egbert's Instant Coffee 200 or 230 grams for $169.99. And Vaseline Body Lotion or Cream 400 mils, any two for 95 Rand. Save 65 Rand. Valid until 22 February, only at Checkers, Checkers Hyper or shop on 6060.
Amidst global uncertainty, Africa offers opportunities. At the African Markets Conference 2026, decision makers from across Africa and the world will explore how policy reform, market development, and private capital can accelerate sustainable growth across the continent at scale. Learn more at standardbank.co.za/CIB. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
John Perlman. Weekday afternoons,
3 to 6.
It does seem as if this kind of profile sharing is perhaps too easy. Do you as the council see it as a problem? And if you do you have ideas as to how it can be prevented?
It is a big problem. It's something that is easy for those that are doing it to do it. This is a practice that is happening for a long time that we have complained about.
What has Uber done that Bolt hasn't done?
They have done what we requested, a selfie verification.
Melitemba Mguni.
John Perlman.
3 to 6 on 702.
702 Afternoon Drive with John Perlman is proudly brought to you by Telkom Business. Possible begins here.
Across the desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
23 minutes before 11 o'clock on our Across the Desk feature this morning, we're putting a spotlight on Metro Police officers. We've got Christelle Tsoku, Roli Mokhope, and Olani Fihla in studio with us, and we're talking about their work and some of the challenging things, what is most rewarding also about their work. And I want to give you an opportunity if you've got a question for them, or maybe you are a Metro Police officer listening to us now and you want to share your experience. You can call us on 011-883-0702 or send a WhatsApp on 072-702-1702. Let's start there on WhatsApp.
Clement, this is Terence from Alberton. Clement, can you ask your guest when there's a roadblock? I, as a motorist, am I allowed to ask them for a permit for that that gives them permission to hold that roadblocks? Because that's what I heard. I don't know if I'm right. I stand to be corrected. That I've got a right to ask them for a permit for that roadblock and to ask who's in charge of that roadblock. Thank you.
Hi, Clement. Please ask officers. Is it legal to be forced to pay fines at a roadblock?
Good morning, Clement and 72 lenders. My question is one. Why would you fund Metro Police just literally after a robot or a traffic light that is not working, and then you find a Metro Police stopping traffic people immediately after that traffic light that is not working, and that you'd ask yourself, why are they not controlling
the traffic there at that that traffic light which is not working, but rather they stop people after that traffic light and then they asking you for things, maybe for license or whatsoever. Why they don't go and control traffic there to make sure that traffic flows in better? Happy Boxback.
Thank you for your WhatsApps. So the first question was around the permit for roadblocks. And is there normally someone in charge of those operations?
Yes, with roadblocks, we have two kinds of roadblocks. We have the formal roadblock, which you need to apply with South African Police Services, and you get a document called a 13.8, which then specifies what's the purpose of the roadblock, the time, and also the personnel who are going to be there. And secondly,
so that's a permit.
That's a
you
permit
get from the police.
From the police,
and then Metropolis, you apply for it from the police.
From the police, and that's when you're having either crime prevention roadblocks or your drunken driving roadblocks. So the SAPS need to be aware and also give you permission to be conducting that roadblock. And then secondly, we've got an informal roadblock, which is a roadside check, where you find either 2 or 3 officers who have stopped on the side of the road and are pulling cars over. That is legal, and that you don't need a permit or any type of certificate or letter to conduct.
So how do I know then what operation that is? Because I mean, if it's maybe the crime fighting one where the one person in charge could argue that, no, this is an informal roadblock. That's why I don't have a permit. So how do I know which is which?
You definitely see the difference. With the roadside check, it's, as I did mention, it's a few officers who then pull over vehicles on the side of the road. But with a proper roadblock, then you have to have proper signages and cones that alert motorists that this is a roadblock. And at the same time, then an officer can inform the motorist that this is the roadblock, this is what we're doing, and this is what you're going to expect.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And then paying fines at roadblock, should we be expected to do that as motorists?
It is advised as a motorist, if you have a traffic infringement or a fine that is incurred under your name, to pay for that. For one, it stains your status. And secondly, as we are using the ARTO system in the city of Johannesburg and Tshwane, if you don't pay them, it leads up to being an enforcement order, which then blocks your driving license and your license disc, and you can't renew those until you pay that fine. But with the ARTO Act as well, we can't arrest motorists for any outstanding traffic fines, which then means that a person is not
forced to do it in the moment.
But it is advised that you do pay for your traffic fines.
Because some people will say, but I don't have the money now, and the Metropolis will say, okay, just pay something.
Yeah.
Which I get, because it's also trying to encourage the motorists to start chipping from the debt that you
because
owe.
with ARTO, it also gives you options of paying your fine in installments. So if a person chooses that option, then why would you force a person to pay a fine?
Why not us Kolele and we start from scratch? Like New Year, and then we are all going to be behaving motorists. That's an idea. Dalom, you calling us from Tafelkop. Good morning.
Hey, Clement, I'm from Tafelkop, but I'm calling from Davidson.
Sure.
Okay, 2 questions, Clement, to the officers. Mostly here in Ekurhuleni, I don't see them wearing the reflectors and the name badges. Why? The second one, this big one, as an e-hailing driver, we come across accidents every day. If I'm involved in an accident, what's the first thing that I should do?
If now you are the one involved in an accident.
Okay, say I bump into the car or bump into me. What is the first thing I must do?
Okay.
As I move off the road and we sort out the thing, or we just stop in the middle of the road?
Okay. All right. Great questions. Thank you so much, Dalom. Do you want to take that second one? If someone is involved in an accident, what the first thing they do?
All right. So if you're involved in an accident, don't move your vehicles, because that tempers with the whole scene. So don't move your vehicles. Call. We've got a number that you can call for accidents, where you can lodge assistance from officers, and then they will be deployed to come and assist you. Alternatively, should you require, some people require case number immediately for insurance purposes. So we do advise as officers that they can go to the nearest SAPS within the area and then conduct their own AR form, which is the accident report form. Then they would get a case number immediately. So that's the
and in that case, Clement, that's if the accident is not serious, and we say it is a bumper bashing, and let's say the officers are not available or are taking time to get to the scene, and you need to rush. Then you can move your vehicles and then go to the police station and get that AR form case number. But it is advised, if the accident is definitely serious, do not move your vehicle until law enforcement and emergency services get to the scene.
Yeah. What about name badges?
Name tags, that is important.
You must always wear that.
Must always wear that. If you don't, at times you find that our stores don't have the name tags available for the officers. Make sure that you do have an appointment card with you, so the motorist or resident or member of the public can ask the officer to see your identity, and they can use the appointment card as an identity.
Okay. Okay, Dalom, I think they've responded to that. And then more WhatsApp voice notes, Abel? Okay, let's go there.
Morning, Clement. Please ask your guest, how long does it take for them to be promoted? And if it doesn't happen, have they ever sat down with the management and be like, we need to discuss this? And the reason I'm asking, it's because everyone deserves to be motivated when they're working hard. Yes, we know there are those who are not working hard, but there are those who are working hard.
Sure.
Okay, let's get the next one.
Sure, how's it? What's with the roadblocks in the morning?
Hey!
When you're already late to work.
Guys.
Even if the passenger would take seeing. Hey, guys.
No.
We get so many warnings because of being stopped and so on.
Yeah, please. Why do we have roadblocks in the morning?
With the JMPD, Clement, I can categorically say that we do not conduct roadblocks during peak hour periods. Our officers are strictly instructed that during those periods between 6 and 9, they should be controlling traffic. So you might find that it's other law enforcement agencies who are conducting that, and at times it does become a challenge, not only for JMPD, but for our partners like Traffic Free Flow, where you find that we have law enforcement stopping cars while else at the same time they're trying to alleviate traffic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's quite wild. And that first question?
With how long does it take to be promoted? That is a prerogative of the department. Usually we would want people to be promoted as soon as possible, within a 2-year period of them being in a certain position. But it also depends on finances, and most of the time we'll also look at the position if it's funded or not. So it is the prerogative of the department, and we are at mercy from our leadership, who will then decide that these positions need to be advertised and people to fill those positions.
Okay, I've got some questions here on the text that are also coming through. One, have you ever met like a celebrity and you got starstruck while you're stopping them? Like you stopped a vehicle and then you opened the window, I don't know, like some top celebrity or your favorite actor. Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, several times.
Is it? And how do you go? Do you tell them, or you pretend like you don't know who they are?
Yes, we pretend as we don't know them.
Really?
Yeah, so that we can able to do our work.
Yeah.
Because if maybe I can meet you, Clement, and then
except I'm not a celebrity.
Yeah,
but I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then. I become excited.
Yeah, then you're not going to do the job.
Yeah, so I'm no longer going to perform my duties.
Yeah.
So I have to be calm and professional.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, is then that, Clement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
You see that.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Who do you remember? Who's one person you've met that stayed with you, like a celebrity? Do you have any? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Or there are too many?
Yeah, there are too many, but the funniest one was he was a Sundowns player.
Oh.
Yeah, Anthony Lafo.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, that's so cool.
Yes.
And for you, Crystal, do you have one where you were like, oh, Kwena?
Actually, I haven't, hey?
Really?
I'm yet to meet. I haven't.
You must ask them to deploy you in other areas.
No, honestly, I need to be seen.
Yes, how you must also see Batuba. June is asking on the WhatsApp line, Clement, please can you ask them if they are allowed to take where's that question? Oh, to take tips from the drivers. Is that allowed? So can I give Rolly a tip and say, Ish, I love how you just handled this entire situation.
Ideally, it's not allowed. But if you do get any incentives from the members of public, it needs to be declared with our internal affairs unit to check that it's not bribery or anything unbecoming. So it's very tricky, but we don't
and
advise.
It could be construed as something
we don't
else.
advise. So if you do feel that an officer did great work, come to our offices, inform us as communications, as the office of the chief, and then if you are going to be leaving any incentive, then it will be declared, knowing that the department is aware of it.
All right, 10 minutes before 11.
The Midday Report.
Weekdays
12 to 1.
On the Midday Report, every day from 12 to 1 p.m, we will bring you breaking news from the scene as it unfolds with newsmakers, reporters, commentators, experts and analysts. We'll explain the stories of the day, give you context for why they are important and what they mean for you. It is everything you need to know in 1 hour, from news to global events, business, sports, science, books and always some good news too. Appointment listening, every day at 12 with the Midday Report.
The Midday Report
with Mandy Wiener.
12 to 1 on 702.
702.
Smart Steve from Momentum, hello.
Smart Steve, my daughter just turned 18, right? And now she's got a license and a boyfriend.
You're worried about her safety. With Momentum Safety Alert, she can access help 24/7.
Is that the emergency response version of Curry in a Hurry?
For sure. She can get help at the touch of a button for free.
Free? For all that and all?
Visit momentum.co.za or call 0860 006 784. Momentum Insure, keeping you safe on your journey to success. Momentum Insure is an authorized non-life insurer. T's and C's apply.
Pedal Power Association proudly supports the Cape Town Cycle Tour. And it's more than just a ride, as every entry helps change a life. Proceeds from the race are donated to communities in need, opening doors to education, work and independence. And for every 20 cyclists who enter from Jozi, one bicycle is donated to a community in need. So when you pedal, you're not just riding for yourself, you're helping communities move forward. Go to CapetownCycletour.com, proudly supported by Prime Media Cares.
Brush, stroke, paint, color, protect and admire. From roof paint to exterior textures and interior silk, Warrior Paints has it all. The product range and stylish colors are amazing. And what's more, Warrior Paints has crushed prices for incredible savings. Enjoy that good old-fashioned personal service you deserve. For price, quality, variety and service, Warrior Paints is street ahead. Warrior Paints, affordable, lasting, luxury.
Buy any Hills pet food and you could win one of 10 holidays worth 200,000 Rand each. Or take the bucks. Scientifically proven formulas for your pet. An adventure for you. Hills Pet Nutrition. Science does more. T's and C's apply.
When the Mahindra Fusion Fest 2026, powered by 702, brings you Z, Focalistic, Dali Wonga, Zoe Mudiga, and more. Fashion, art, and music will take center stage. And so can you by playing the daily Mahindra Fusion Fest quiz on 702 for up to 10,000 Rand and 2 tickets to the fest. WhatsApp the keyword Mahindra to 072-702-1702 with your name and ID number. Every day this week from 1 p.m., 702 afternoons with Rebukile Mabucha could call you back. The Mahindra Fusion Fest 2026, powered by 702. TCs and more on PrimeMediaPlus.com.
Across the Desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
It's 7 minutes before 11 o'clock. Okay, so we've got so many questions and I want us to try and push them before we wrap up this conversation. So let's start quickly with your WhatsApp voice notes.
Hi, Clem. Please ask your guests if sometimes do they use their own discretion or do they use like Ubuntu, even if the person is on the wrong side of the law and say, but listen, let me use Ubuntu, let me forgive this person, but for sure, he did this thing because of 1, 2, 3. let me use Ubuntu.
Okay, so is there space for forgiveness? Another one?
Hi, Clement. I don't know please get this message over to the police. GPS must come on board. GPS is saying there's police ahead, and obviously that is a risk because then criminals now know where police are stationed, and if they were en route somewhere, they change directions. So can we get the police to get attention on this and make sure that this practice stops?
Good morning, Clement, and to the Metro officers. My question is with regards to bylaws. What are the general bylaws, maybe for suburbia? Because there's sometimes a little bit of a confusion. For example, where somebody wants to perform a ritual slaughter or with regards to noise, barking dogs, those kind of things. Can they maybe just comment on that? Chivas in Boksburg.
Thank you so much, Chivas. Yeah. The first question was around forgiveness. Is there space to say, okay, you made a mistake, but don't do it again?
Yes, Clement, that space is there.
Yeah.
You must always have, as an officer, you must always have that space in your heart to say, okay, this person was so calm to me, and also the way he explains to me is very, very much reasonable. So why can't I not be reasonable also on him?
Yeah.
So that space is there, and then we have to educate at the other end.
Yeah.
To say tomorrow, don't do this.
Okay.
Go and fix.
Yeah, and do better.
Yeah.
And then the question about GPS.
With
because it warns you the police ahead, and that may work for the criminals.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true, and it is a great concern that has been raised. It does give our locations away. I know others use it for what we spoke about earlier about speeding, or nearly officers ahead, so they reduce their speed. But at the end of the day, I think it defeats the purpose for our duties, and it's something that needs to be raised not only on the local or provincial level, but on a national level, so that we do engage with these applications on how we work these things out. Yeah.
And the last question was about bylaws. Are you able to respond to that, especially around rituals practiced?
We do have bylaws for various things within the city of Johannesburg. We know that bylaws are put in to make sure that the city is run in an optimal manner. We have bylaws for noise disturbance, such as dogs barking, and also general noise. And we do have bylaws for rituals as well. And to get more info on that, you can go onto the City of Johannesburg's website, which then does explain all the bylaws within the city. And JMPD enforces most of the bylaws, but not all the bylaws of the city.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Crystal, someone was asking about the academy. You spoke about the academy training. How long is that for someone who wants to be a Metro Police officer? Where do they study? Do you apply? And then how long do you actually train for?
Okay, we do have various institutions that offer policing, but we do, as JMPD, have an academy. You need to have, obviously you need to have the requirements. You need to have your grade 12, which is a matric certificate. You need to have a valid driver's license. You need to be physically fit, physically and medically fit, have no criminal record as well. You need to pass your fitness test and your psychometric and background assessment. So thereafter, that's when then candidates will then complete accredited training with that is aligned with the standards of the RTMC, which is our Road Traffic Management Corporation. Then from there, you will then start your training for 18 months. So that's 1 year, 6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Christelle, Rolly, Polani, thank you so much.
Thank you, Clement.
We appreciate your guys' work. I know sometimes even with us as the media, we tend to be angry and paint you with the same brush, but we truly appreciate the work because we know that not every Metro Police officer can be corrupt or can want to do the wrong thing. So thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for coming to studio to tell us more about your work.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank
It's
you
a
for
minute
having
before.
me.
Bye, Danke.
She loves me not.
Hey,
she
Tibbs,
loves me.
what are you doing?
Matt, I'm trying to decide between flowers or chocolates for Valentine's Day.
Nah, forget that, bud. Get her something she'll really love.
Like what?
Well, Barron's are having amazing deals on Vivos, Polos, and T-Crosses.
Eish, she does need a new car.
Exactly. Barron's have deals on Vivos for $2,990 per month, Polos for $3,990, and T-Crosses from only $4,990.
Get deals you'll love this month at Barron's Woodmead and Bruma today. Barron's, the Volkswagen people.
In life's most challenging moments of loss, compassion can be your greatest comfort. You shouldn't have to face the financial burden of losing a loved one by yourself. Rest assured, Clientele's funeral plans pay out cash within 24 hours. You can cover up to 13 family members on one plan, ensuring all your loved ones are taken care of, and 3 children are covered at no additional cost. With Clientele, you're not just buying a plan, you're also buying peace of mind. When the time comes, you will need to make important calls with your 200 Rand airtime you will receive when you claim. Plans offer double accidental death cover, as well as transport, grocery, and unveiling benefits. Apply today. It's easy. There are no medical examinations and no paperwork. SMS funeral to 31586. That's 31586. Clientele Life is an authorized FSP and licensed life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
Alcohol drowns our hope and fuels our pain. Our streets are flooded. Our families are breaking. Women and children are not safe. Alcohol kills 100 people in South Africa every day. For more information, visit www.truecostofalcohol.africa. Increase excise tax on alcohol.
This is EWN.
Good morning, I'm Sfiso Zulu. Suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya believes he's being punished for complying with instructions. Sibiya is back at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry for the third day, where he's testifying about the inspection of 121 dockets that were taken away from the PKTT. According to Sibiya, a team from head office under his command spent 11 days inspecting the documents. Sibiya, while being grilled on why there were delays in returning the dockets to KwaZulu-Natal, claims that he was only complying with orders.
I just feel that I'm being punished for being effective. We were working within the official instruction coming from the minister to the national commissioner to us, and we are at all material times complying with the national commissioner's instruction to make sure that we push the handing over process.
Police have now confirmed that the son of the late former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe and his co-accused will appear in the Alexandra Magistrates Court on Monday. The 29-year-old and another unidentified suspect were arrested and charged with attempted murder yesterday after an employee at the Mugabe Hyde Park home was shot twice. The victim, a 23-year-old, was taken to hospital in critical condition. Members of the Provincial Investigation Unit have been assigned to investigate the crime, and they continue their search for the gun. The Tshwane municipality says service delivery won't be affected by services as it prepares to pay more than 1 billion rand in backdated salary increases owed to workers since 2021. In 2022, the municipality reneged on an agreement to pay a 3.5% in salary increase to workers. However, after years of litigation, the municipality has agreed to pay the increases to its more than 21,000 employees. Tshwane Finance MMC Eugene Modise has outlined the payments will be staggered over the next 3 financial years.
No frontline services have been defunded. No core infrastructure program have been withdrawn. This settlement has been structured within a budget which is funded that continues to prioritize electricity, stability, water security, and service delivery.
Meanwhile, former Finance MMC J.K. Ace was part of the administration that refused to implement the salary increases in 2022. Ace, who is also the DA's caucus chief whip, says the money could have gone into strengthening the city's service delivery output like hiring plumbers and electricians.
Worker morale also increases when you ensure that people are not overworked, when you ensure that people have got the tools of trade that they need, which our water departments currently do not have, when you ensure that people do not have to work around the clock, sometimes even on their own time as what they need to do now. What worker morale is to ensure that we can continue to pay people's salaries and not get into a position where the municipality cannot pay salaries. And those are the things that we were taking into consideration.
And after being released from police custody, it's now a waiting game to see whether the Crown Prosecution Services has enough evidence to charge former British Royal Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Mountbatten-Windsor yesterday became the first senior member of Britain's royal family to be arrested in almost 4 centuries after he was detained on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The investigation was prompted by allegations linked to Mountbatten-Windsor's relationship with disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The former royal has previously denied any wrongdoing in relation to Epstein, while refusing to comment on allegations related to the Epstein files, which were released last month. South African author and British royal commentator Arlene Prinsloo explains the allegation against Mountbatten-Windsor.
We had access to highly confidential reports about trade and other countries. It is alleged that he passed along this info to his friend Jeffrey Epstein.
Gold is trading at $4,994.64 an ounce. The rand 16.17 to the dollar, 21.75 to the pound, 19.02 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $71.81 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got delays on the N3 North. This is between Van Buren Road and the Kilulis interchange. There's also queuing traffic on the N12 West between Edenville Road and the Kilulis turn off. While heading towards the city of Tshwane, please be on the lookout for more roadworks that are taking place along the R21 North approaching Olifantsfontein Road, causing delays.
A partly cloudy Friday in store for Gauteng with isolated showers expected. The temperatures will peak at highs between 27 and 30 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour. Suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibia believes he is being punished for complying with instructions.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
Let's walk the talk. Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7 and 106 FM.
Eight minutes after 11 o'clock. Dumela, welcome to the third and final hour of the Clement Manyathela Show. Thank you for staying with us here on 702. I don't know what's happening with my voice. Like, it's been slowly going and going. So I hope it holds until the end of the show. But thanks for staying with us. Let's get into our relationship feature.
Relationship issues?
Relationship talk
on 702.
So, on our relationship feature this morning, we are discussing the importance of gratitude and appreciation in your marriage, in your relationship. We're talking about how gratitude and appreciation can improve partnerships, can improve relationships. Because many of us can write long lists about things that are not right in our marriages, in our relationships. We can very quickly point out our partner's faults. But how often do you acknowledge and appreciate what's right in your relationship? What's right with your partner? How often do you do that? And yet all of us want to be appreciated, right? Especially in long-term relationships and marriages. I mean, there are many couples who feel grateful, but they don't often express it. They are filled with gratitude, but they don't often express it. And over time, what happens is relationships become then fault-focused instead of appreciation-focused. And that slowly erodes morale, it erodes safety, connection in that relationship in marriage. So today we're shifting the focus from what your partner does wrong to what they do right, and why that can change the entire emotional climate of your relationship. So I want you to call us with your own experiences. When last did you appreciate your partner? When last did you appreciate your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend? What is that one thing that they do that you genuinely appreciate? Or do you feel that you've been underappreciating them? And how has that affected the relationship? You can give us a call on 011-883-0702 or send a WhatsApp on 072-702-1702. Lee Joy is a relationship coach who's going to guide us through this conversation. Lee Joy, great to have you back on the show. Good morning.
Thank you. You got a husky voice. It sounds cool for the relationship segment.
It sounds sexy for a Friday, actually.
Exactly.
So I'll take it. But on Monday, I need my full voice back. So I don't know why we are like that as a human race. But when we are in relationships, for some reason, Lee Joy, we tend to focus mostly on what is wrong. And we are quick to point out what is wrong, but we seldom appreciate the things that work. Oh, the communication was so good this week. Or, oh my goodness, the sex was amazing. Like, let's appreciate that. Oh, I loved how you said good morning to me yesterday. Oh, we had fun last night. We had a nice pillow talk. Why is that the case? Why are we always pointing out the negative so easily?
So I think that we've got negative bias, right? So there are a couple of things that affect our negative bias. And I'm menopausal, so I'm seeing how hormones play a huge role in that negative bias, that like rage. So there's hangry, right? There's hungry and angry. But there's hot, hungry, and angry.
Ooh, that's quite a combination.
Yeah, not fun. It's like, pew! Yeah. So negative bias is that, how do I explain this? Our baseline of experience is on the negative. And drinking, hangovers, hormones, mental health issues, drop that baseline to below negative. So when we have a negative bias, means that we look at life in a negative way. So we don't, like, we were driving down the road, we were like, that taxi driver drove badly. That person didn't use their indicators. Oh no, that billboard is really bright. So we have this negative bias in our lives. So being able to flip that switch in our relationships, we kind of got to flip that switch in the world, right? And the place that it actually starts is within. So like now I'm seeing with my hormones, like the one day I was just sitting, Clement, I was just sitting in my office. No one was at home. Nobody irritated me. Nobody phoned me. I had no reason to be angry. No reason. I was seething anger. This anger just rose in me. And so hormones obviously has a massive impact on that negative bias, right? So if we talk about how do we look for the positive in our partners, we got to look at the lens through which we look at ourselves and the lens through which we look at others, and then the lens through which we look at that which is sacred to us.
Yeah. So how do we begin that process? And how do I even show appreciation? Is it a matter of like sitting down my partner and saying, hey, we actually had a good week, or thank you for dropping the kids off at school for me because that was my turn, but you were able to do it, or oh, thank you for opening the door for me, or whatever it is that your partner has done that you appreciate and that put a smile on your face. Do you tell them, or do you just decide to take them out for dinner as like this is how I'm showing appreciation, even though I don't express it? Because there are people who do that, who they won't necessarily tell you how great you've been this week with the kids and with us, but they'll take you out for dinner on a Friday night, but they still haven't expressed it. so how do you do it?
It's interesting. I love that question because I think there are a variety of ways of doing it, right?
Yeah.
So expressing is great. The Gottman Institute, they've done research on relationships for like 50 years or something. And they're saying for every negative comment you give your partner, you have to give them 5 positives. And that can be action and saying, right?
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know
that is the power of one negative emotion. So you ask how you do it. It's very simple. It's a habit. One needs to get into a habit. So we get into a habit of being negative. So we can, if we can get into the habit of being negative, we can get into the habit of being positive. And it's small things like thanks for doing the dogs, feeding the dogs. Thanks for thanks for feeding the dogs. Thanks for doing the dishes. And just those little pops of gratitude can lift someone's spirits, right? Obviously, taking someone out for dinner or buying them flowers, or sending your man to the nail bar to get a manicure, buying him some new shoes. What other things would men really like? A nice tie. There are different ways that we can show appreciation.
Yeah.
But it really does take a practice. I hope my partner's not going to be mad at me for telling you this one, but I use me, I use me because I'm in the trenches with everyone.
Yeah, we're all in this together, okay? So sorry, partner.
Yeah, I'm not guru sitting on the mountain, like having all the answers. And also we on our way to holiday after I'm finished here, and he asked me to pack the meat, and I was like, can't stand packing the meat because I always do it wrong. And I said, how can, have I done it right? And he was like, yeah, you need to have to add the sauces. And I was like, does he have to say that? And then I was like, no, he does, like he's helping me. So this is a very random example of how to flip the script. So I could sit there and go, he's so irritating, he's never grateful, no. But you rather look, he packed the car, he's going to drive us there. He's organized the boat engine, the boat batteries charged. Just to start looking, giving. It's almost like I'm advocating for my partner against me.
What is the impact of that on our relationships? When you appreciate your partner and you just don't focus on the negatives, how does it improve our connection?
It's so important, Clement. We're sitting in a society that's more isolated. We're more connected than before, but we're more isolated than before. And the health of our humanity is dependent on the health of our connections.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we know, right, through COVID, there was like a suicidality went up, depression went up, anxiety went up, no cause for death. I can't remember the proper term for that. Escalated, and that's because of isolation and loneliness.
Yeah.
So how we develop our relationships and how we connect with each other is really important.
Yeah, and there's something that really feels good about appreciation. There just is, because you're reminded of, and for some reason, I don't know about you, Lee Joy, but it's like in the beginning of like marriages and relationships, we're easy to do that. Like it's almost like it's natural to just appreciate. And I don't know if the longer the relationship has been around somehow gets to us and we get to be so relaxed and we everything, we feel like things are the same and repetitive to a point that you don't see the need then to appreciate your partner. Do you pick up that in the beginning where we show it, the appreciation, and as time goes, that's when we start to regress?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at your endorphins, like I'm going to say Oxycontin, which is a painkiller, oxytocin, and I can't remember the others. They when we first meet somebody, those endorphins are running rampant within us. So there's almost like a natural drive to want to celebrate the other person because there's that bonding that's happening, right? Patrick Carnes has created a courtship ritual, which is so beautiful. He specializes in sex addiction, but he's looked at how we court each other, and that's even in marriage, long-term relationships, marriages, whatever, that if we're just going to have shallow connections, we're just going to have, it's a short process of that courtship ritual that people go through. So they would only notice and then they'll go quickly to sex. Or they'd notice and maybe flirt a little bit and then go to sex. But they don't do the other parts of the courtship ritual, which are so important to build a robust, strong relationship.
Yeah.
Have a look at it. People can look online. Patrick Carnes, Carnes, and it's called the courtship ritual.
Yeah. Okay, it's 19 minutes now after 11 o'clock. I want to hear from our listeners what their experiences have been. We're talking about how gratitude and appreciation can improve your relationship, your marriage, your connection with your partner. And that's why I'm asking, my friend, when last did you appreciate your partner? When last did you thank them for doing school drop-offs, or thank them for, making breakfast for the kids, or for you, or for treating you so good, for helping you support your family, whatever it is that your partner is doing? When last did you appreciate them and their efforts? And what is that one thing that they do that you just genuinely appreciate? What do you do in return? And if you need some help, give us a call. Lee Joy can give you some advice on how you can start appreciating your partner, your spouse, because if you are constantly the one pointing at the wrong things, don't be surprised when the connection doesn't improve, when the connection doesn't change. So give us a call or send us a WhatsApp voice note to join this conversation. It's 21 after 11.
Mzansi, Powerball and Powerball Plus are bringing the excitement with 75 million rand in total guaranteed jackpots this Friday. Don't delay. Play Powerball for a guaranteed 50 million rand and Powerball Plus for the guaranteed 25 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app or cell phone banking. Panda, Pusha, Play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. E2 is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
If a holiday is on your list this year, now's your chance. For 4 days only from the 19th to the 22nd of February, the Pop-Up Flight Center Travel Expo is unlocking limited time deals on holiday packages, cruises, tours, and more. Catch the expo at Sandton City Center Court or get the same offers at Flight Center stores nationwide. But hurry, once the expo ends, the deals do too. Flight Center, your center for travel.
All cars are designed to move. A Mazda is crafted to move you. Every line, every detail, form in motion, beauty with purpose. So that when you drive, you connect. Car and driver become one. One rhythm. Builds, holds, breaks free. The feeling will find you. Mazda. Wonder awaits.
Clientele is here to safeguard you and your family with compassion because life happens. Be part of a family that truly cares. Our funeral dignity plans have helped South Africans bury their loved ones with dignity for more than 30 years. Let us help you create a meaningful tribute that honors your life and those of your loved ones. We pay out within 24 hours and you will get double accident cover with a Clientele funeral plan. Our plans are affordable. Pick the option that suits your needs. It's easy to apply. No medical examinations and no paperwork. SMS funeral to 31586. That's 31586. Clientele Life is an authorized FSP and licensed life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
Relationship issues?
Relationship Talk
On 702.
23 minutes after 11 o'clock. How often do you appreciate your partner? And if you don't, after listening to this conversation and the advice from Lee Joy, I would advise that you get home and show some appreciation tonight. How about that? So we're talking about how gratitude and appreciation can improve your relationship, how important those are in just improving your connection. You can't be a partner that's just constantly pointing at the wrong things, and you don't see the positive things, the positive contributions, the positive attempts. It's important to stay consistent there. How do you do it? How do you show appreciation to your partner? How often do you do it? What's the one thing that they do that you genuinely appreciate? And how have you learned how to return that appreciation? 011-883-0702. Let me go to your messages that are coming on WhatsApp on 072-702-1702. Kat says, Hi Clement and Lee. I last appreciated my husband last weekend. It was his birthday on Saturday. I planned a surprise weekend away and took him to lunch and just spent time together. That guy treats me like an egg. Oh, beautiful for you, Kat. And then another one says, Hi Clement, I have a question for Lee Joy. How do we help each other focus on each other's strengths rather than shortcomings, especially in the beginning of a relationship? Previous relationships seem to have a big impact on how we interact with new partners. So how do we battle that? Kind regards.
Great. I'm so happy for Kat that you treated like an egg. That's really cool. And what a beautiful weekend, Valentine's weekend and a birthday weekend. Wow. And then Anonymous, the way to focus on strengths, what I've found helpful in the past is to actually ask the partner what do they think their strengths are. So if you don't actually know what their strengths are, then ask the person. And then start looking for evidence of those strengths and then start celebrating those strengths. And then also ask them what do they like to be, what are they working on, what are the kinds of strengths that they're working on, and then become hyper vigilant. And when you see those strengths being exercised, then celebrate those. So the Gottman Institute speaks about, and I think there was even Jordan Peterson also did a really cool talk on the behaviorist. Skinner was a behaviorist, psychologist, not psychologist, behaviorist scientist. And they did, have you heard about the rat experiment where they gave the rat cocaine and then water, and then the rat kept going towards the cocaine. But then when they gave the cat a teddy bear, then the rat, then the rat started going to the teddy bear because it wanted the comfort. So they from that deduced that human beings are the same. If you celebrate us and you build us up and you nourish us, we have much better. I'm stuck with my words today. My tongue is like all twisted. When we celebrate each other, we build robust relationships and we build in each other. So it only makes sense for me that if we're building each other, we're building a stronger community and stronger families and a stronger society, which is important. Where, AI is isolating us more so than ever. My business has definitely been impacted by AI, definitely. And I'm sure the swings and roundabout will come back again, where people realize, well, AI can't give you the empathy that a human being can. But I just realized that we are in a very isolated society, and that connection and giving positive regard and positive affirmations to each other will make those social interactions better and easier.
So here's a tricky one, Lee Joy. On the WhatsApp line, Anonymous says, Hi Clement and Lee Joy, great topic that you have for gratitude in a relationship. But how do you show gratitude and become grateful to a serial cheater who, on the one hand, he is a provider to a household, the family support is there, but there's a weakness with women, and that is sickening. When you show appreciation, you are told you try too hard. Like, how does one then become grateful of everything else and rekindle that emotional connection when you are dealing with also the cheating? Can you separate the two? Because yes, one man maybe is a great father to the kids, maybe is a great husband to you as well. There are certain things they're doing in the household that you appreciate and you want to say thank you to them, but part of you feels like, but this same person still cheats on me, still goes outside. can you separate the two and say, thank you, we appreciate you, and then also find a way to deal with this, or they balance each other out?
It's such a big question.
Yeah.
I think, Clement, for me, it's a convoluted question. So if I can give a diverse answer, there's always an opportunity, no matter what situation one finds oneself in, to find the positive in another person. But I think there's an underlying question here is, if I keep trying, that's quite hurtful if you do it. She said there that when she does give him compliments, he says she's trying too hard. And that's humiliating, right? So So why would I want to then give you compliments if you're humiliating me when I'm giving you compliments? So and then thirdly, if somebody is a serial cheater and they're making no effort to change, then it's important to advocate for yourself, right? And to take care of yourself and take care of your family. I mean, people have mental disorders. Sex addiction is a mental disorder. But it can't remain an excuse if somebody's not willing to look at it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like having heart disease or diabetes but not doing anything about it. So I think that a serial cheater is stuck in a very selfish mindset. So it's almost like when you're giving someone like that compliments, it's like throwing it in a deep well and it's not sticking anywhere.
Yeah.
So I really feel when I say let's compliment people, if you're in an abusive environment and you're not safe in the relationship that you're in, fawning is one of the trauma responses, which is to give compliments to somebody. But it's not necessarily... Yeah, I'm not saying let's give people compliments and and we'll take away abuse and we're saying that abuse is okay. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
So one's got to be, advocate for yourself and your family.
Absolutely. More of your calls, WhatsApps and messages after the latest in Eyewitness News headlines. It's 11:31. Sifiso has the latest in Eyewitness News headlines. What has Shadrach Sibiya been telling the commission this morning, Sifiso?
It's Mbali, Clement. Thank
Bali.
you.
Good morning.
But I'll tell you anyway. Suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrach Sibiya believes he is being punished for complying with instructions. Sibiya is back at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry for a third day, where he is testifying about the inspection of 121 dockets that were taken away from the PKTT. According to Sibiya, a team from head office under his command spent 11 days inspecting those dockets. Authorities have started filling dug trenches at a site in Springs where some residents were illegally mining for gold. Over the past week, a kraal in the Guguletu informal settlement in Ekurhuleni has been at the heart of a mini gold rush following rumours of gold deposits in the ground. But there have been repeated crackdowns in the area by police, who have described the activities as illegal mining. And in the US, an airport in Florida will soon be renamed after U.S. President Donald Trump. The move comes after a bill proposing the change was approved by the state's legislature. The airport renaming will also require the approval of the Federal Aviation Administration. All those are the headlines, this EWN and more at midday or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Travelling on the N3 North, we've got delays between Van Buren Road and the Giluli's interchange. That's due to roadworks taking place along the route. There's also roadworks on the M1 South approaching Boyson's Road. Please be on the lookout there. And then travelling in the Amalgam area, do expect delays along Main Reef Road as well as Crownwood Road. The M2 West in itself is also backed up towards Main Reef Road. And then heading towards the city of Tshwane, please be on the lookout for roadworks right along the R21 North approaching Olifantsfontein Road. There's also queuing traffic on the N1 South coming out of the Brakfontein interchange due to roadworks as well. More updates coming up at the top of the hour, and that's your last update from me, Amo Ramila. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app. Amidst global uncertainty, Africa offers opportunities. At the African Markets Conference 2026, decision makers from across Africa and the world will explore how policy reform, market development, and private capital can accelerate sustainable growth across the continent at scale. Learn more at standardbank.co.za/CIB. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Let's be honest. Africa could be doing way better. But complaining won't change anything. Getting involved will. If you care about Africa's future and want to be part of something that disrupts the status quo, then this is for you. Download the Our Platform app, which focuses on problem solving, global competitiveness, and self-love. Africa is changing the narrative. Don't get left behind. Download Our Platform. Say hello to the new look Africa.
It's 2026 and the Haval H7 is here to celebrate the urban adventurer in you. Available in 4x2, 4x4 and a hybrid electric engine for enhanced performance and everyday versatility. The H7 is yours from only 7,699 per month.
Visit gwm.co.za for T's and C's and to book a test drive. GWM, go with more. Brought to you by GWM Finance, a division of Westbank, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
Kick off to glory with Hollywood Bets and Aziz Shege be in the game. Go full speed ahead with the epic competition. You stand to win a share of 4 million rand in cash and prizes, including an all-new Toyota Corolla Cross. Bet 10 rand or more on any soccer fixture or fixtures online or at your nearest branch. Live life in the fast lane. Bet now for your chance to score.
T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Relationship issues?
Relationship talk.
On 702.
It's 25 minutes before 12 o'clock. Lee Joy, who is a relationship coach, is guiding us through a conversation about the importance of showing gratitude and appreciation to our partners, to our spouses, to our girlfriends, our boyfriends. Don't be a partner that's always looking at the wrong things. And as Lee Joy said, that's not to say you must just take abuse or violence. No, we're not talking about that. We're saying you're in a relationship, you're in a partnership. If there are certain things that are happening that are good, and you guys are still safe with each other, are still committed to each other in that way, you need to be able to recognize those things and appreciate your partner for it. Otherwise, you are come across as a partner that's always complaining, but you're unable to even say thank you for the smallest things that have been done. So are you a type of partner that appreciates your partner? What do you do with appreciate by what do you do when you appreciate your partner? Do you tell them that thank you for this? We thank you. We appreciate the efforts you make. And if you are a partner that has been doing that, how has that affected your relationship? How has it affected your connection? 011-883-0702. Let's start with voice notes on 072-702-1702.
Hi, Clem, and your guest, Tato here. Clem, making love and appreciation part of your daily life makes life man. I mean, even just with my kids find out every single day how much I love them. I tell them every single day how much I love them, what I love about them, what I appreciate about them as part of our daily lives. Even my partner, not a single day will pass without me telling them what I appreciate about them, or how beautiful they are, or how beautiful they look. Every single day. It's part of our daily lives. And once in a while you ramp it up with other acts of love and appreciation. But I believe make it part of who you are as a couple, as a family. Just show love and appreciation. Look at her like she's the only thing that matters in the room. It's yo, Clem, humnati man, horata motu. Try it.
Hey, Tato, so hey, humonati, man, humonati. That's beautiful. I love it. I've got a message here from, who's this? Is this anonymous? Yes, this is anonymous on the WhatsApp line, who says, hello, Clement. I'm in the situation of unappreciation. I feel like nothing in my marriage I do is being worthy or appreciated. I'm an e-hailing driver. Since we have our car, I was driving here to work and take the kids to school. And again, I pay the bills. She told me that I must give her money and says this is your money. So every day when I come back, I have a place where I put money, which is our money and not mine. But that is not appropriate. I'm even called lazy in this relationship. That's a message there from Anonymous. Okay, I'm not understanding the last couple of sentences there, but the gist of the message here, Lee Joy, is he feels unappreciated. He says, I drop her off at work every day. I'm the one that takes the kids to school. I pay the bills, but just that, there's just no appreciation whatsoever. How does someone like this broach this conversation with their partner? Because some partners will say, oh, what? You want me to worship you now just because you are doing what you should be doing as the man of the house or as a partner? Some may respond like that.
Yeah, and I have heard that. And I think it's unkind because I think that we live in a world where people are very quick to complain about things. If you look at the restaurant industry, I really go out of my way if somebody's done like a really great meal or the service has been amazing to call the manager and celebrate them. And the manager always, when they arrive at the table, they're like, oh my gosh, what's going to be said now? And then when I give them praise, you can see the relief on their faces. And so, we live in an environment where people don't aren't celebratory of each other. I think that I've been in this situation where I've been in a relationship where I felt unappreciated. And what I started to do was I looked at I did the self-care tripod model that I teach. And I looked at what is it that how can I look at my relationship with that which is sacred to me. So I'm a Christian, so God. What is my relationship with God? And what does God say about me? What does the Bible say about me? Because that's the truth, right? The truth and the promises. Then I'm like, well, what do I think about myself? Do I feel like I'm an upstanding husband? Okay, yes, I value that I drop my wife off at work in the mornings. I value that I drop off the kids. I value that I can actually pay the bills. And started valuing and appreciating ourselves, right? And then sitting down and having a conversation with the partners and saying, look, I've noticed lately that you aren't showing appreciation, and I'm wondering, are you okay? What's up? Because this isn't how we started, and this isn't how I want us to end. And I'm just, your unappreciation speaks to me that you're not happy. With me, with yourself, with life, and I just want to let you know I'm here, and let's unpack it together.
Yes, and Anonymous, all the best. I hope at least you can have a rational conversation with your partner about that and find a solution. Then Celeste says, Clement, we need to appreciate our partners. After so many years of marriage, it's so easy to become complacent and sometimes annoyed. We need to be kind to our partners. 39 years of marriage. That's what Celeste says there on the WhatsApp line. Do you have any advice for people that have been married for quite a long time, Lee Joy, where that complacency like stepped in years ago already? Like, how do they recover from that?
I think that they're probably the best at this.
Yeah?
That's why they've been together so long.
For that long. So they know how to appreciate each other.
Yeah. So their relationship is actually enriched over the years. And I'm not saying every single relationship. I mean, one looks at older couples and, I don't know, I just look at my parents. Like, it was so sweet last April when I went to go and visit them. Like, my mom was making the potjie and my dad was cleaning and they'd swapped roles. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And it was I don't know, there was just a different show of appreciation. And they've been together, they're going on 30, so it must be nearly 50 years they've been married. And they didn't always have the easiest relationship. They didn't always show appreciation for each other. But I can definitely see that they're showing more appreciation for each other now. So, I think the longer term relationships that are healthy, generally happy, have this nailed. They do it well.
Yeah. And then another one says, Clement, great topic. You have there about gratitude and relationship. Oh, I've already read this one. It's about like the cheaters. And then another one says, Clement, I have the opposite of your conversation. I hate appreciation. I love to give it, but I can't take it. I always go out for people, but when it comes to me, I cringe. I don't even celebrate my birthday. There are people like that. Like I know people like that who just do not even celebrate their birthdays, who don't even take gifts. Like there's someone I know who doesn't accept gifts, but they are probably the most gifter of people I know. Like they will gift their partners, they will gift their friends, but don't buy them a gift and they will tell you they'll not accept it. Is that normal?
No, I'm going to say something controversial, but yeah. I think it's unkind to refuse a gift because as much as what that person must experience, the joy of giving. So we need to humble ourselves when we receive a gift because it's about receiving, right? So yeah, I mean, I think that person stealing the joy of the gifter and the giving, the receiving. But yeah, I mean, I get that for some people it feels cringy, like getting a compliment may feel cringy, and that's an important discussion to have, in my couples therapy with people that are in relationships, to unpack that and understand that, because it depends on how it's done. Like if someone's love bombing you, then yes, of course it's going to be cringy because it's going to feel manipulative. It's going to feel over the top. It's going to feel suffocating. So yeah, I guess the way that somebody's doing it, and the reason why somebody's complimenting another is to build the person up, to strengthen the relationship, not to try and get something out of the other person. So yeah, I think that if you're trying to, if it's used as a manipulation tactic, then yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah. Let's go to some WhatsApps.
Hey, morning, Clems. A wise person once told me that someone that doesn't love you will never appreciate even the biggest thing you can do. You can buy that person a Lamborghini and they'll tell you, why don't you buy me a boat? You buy them a boat, they tell you, why don't you buy me an aeroplane? So if the person doesn't love me enough, I always take it as if they don't love me. Cooks from Devland. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 14 minutes now before 12 o'clock.
Psst. Hey, no longer feeling like the man you used to be? The man who introduces himself and people say, I know. The fact is, 95% of men with low testosterone go untreated. Vitamin High Performance Supplements for Men helps recharge energy, regain lean muscle, and reload performance. Available at all good pharmacies and Vitalamin.co.za. Vitalamin. Don't get older. Get better.
If you think you cannot afford a lawyer, think again. Clientele Legal has made professional legal services affordable. You receive up to 745,000 rand worth of legal services per year. Our range of plans include cover for you, your spouse, children, and extended family. Plans include cover for civil, criminal, and labor-related matters. Whether it's protection orders, gender-based violence, uncontested divorce, or poor service, your Clientele Legal lawyer will be there to assist you. Our services are convenient. Simply pick up the phone and call your lawyer or send us an email and we'll get back to you. All plans include a bail benefit of up to 5,000 rand and we'll go to the police station and pay it for you. Plus, Clientele Legal offers you 24-hour telephonic legal advice. SMS Legal to 48721. That's legal to 48721. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
Look at camouflage, Dorf. I'm going hunting. Just me, nature, and my most underrated off-roader, a rental car.
Hunting? You could fit that little car in your backpack, Dorf.
I sit in the driver's seat. Baggage at the back, chairs on the roof. The kudu is going to get in and strap its own seatbelt, Savvy.
Could do with more legroom, Doff. Go hunt for a new 4x4 at We Buy Cars. They got great deals.
Oh, shot, Savvy.
Don't be doof, be savvy. We Buy Cars, geared for that big trip, geared for you.
Relationship issues
Relationship Talk.
on 702.
12 minutes before 12 o'clock. Kineilwe, you're calling us from Soshanguve. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Oh, my name is Kineilwe. I'm 61 years old. You know, you're talking about the relationship, you know. I'm a queen.
Mm.
I'm in love with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
He treats me very, very well.
Mm.
If I can tell you, in a month, we don't argue. We don't fight. We always say we're apologizing to each other.
Mm.
Every time I'm sorry, my darling. Sorry for this. In the morning, when you wake up, good morning, honey, good morning, love, kiss. We kiss each other. In the evening, when you go to sleep, good night, my love, good night, honey, we kiss each other. That's the routine because we invite God in our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How long have you guys been married for?
15 years.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That's beautiful, Kineile. Thank you for calling us about that. And I wish you guys more extra 15 years and extra 15 years and extra 15 years of that appreciation and love. Thank you for sharing that with us. Here's a WhatsApp that's also come through.
Hi, Clement and Lee Joy. Thank you for bringing up this topic. The challenge I have in my relationship is that my partner suffers from what I call recency bias, meaning that if you do 9 good things for her, but you can't do a good thing on the 10th, then the theme is that, hey, you never do anything nice for me. You're doing, and then you like, but what about the 9 good things I've done? You are now focused on the last, on the 10th. I mean, how do I get her aligned so that we both understand each other that, look, let's look at the bigger picture and not just focus on the most recent thing that I've done. Great show as always, guys.
Thank you. Lee Joy?
Oh, I love that. Queen, I'm sorry I didn't get your name. How amazing that you invite God into your relationships, because I think that does make a big difference. It does put us in a attitude of gratitude, like one of our Tato was speaking about. Nan was speaking about recency bias. I love that. Well, I don't love recency bias. I love the term recency bias. There's a process that I teach. It's called the sandwich process, where if there's a difficult situation you want to deal with your client, with your partner, you say one thing that you really love about them. Then you say that's the bread. Then the hamburger or middle section is what is the thing you're struggling with them, and the third part is how can we work together to find a new way. So when it is enveloped in love in that way, when truth is spoken in love, then it's much easier to digest it and absorb it. So yeah, I hear you saying it's like if there's something that you're frustrated with, put it on either side of something that you really appreciate.
Yeah. And then another anonymous text on the WhatsApp line says, Clem, today's topic is very triggering for me and makes me regret my 5 wasted years. I was married to the most selfish individual who never appreciated anything I did for him. He always took, but never reciprocated. Instead, he complained about everything, was a master manipulator, and was very good at playing victim. What's your advice, Lee Joy, to people who are bruised like that from past relationships where they were giving, and there was no appreciation, and now they're in new relationships and they've had to hold back, and they're not giving and appreciating because the last time they did this, it didn't work for them. It came back to haunt them. Because that's not going to help them in this new situation either, right? Because you want to enter a new relationship and be a clean canvas. How do they heal from the past so that what they feared and what they experienced and were traumatized by previously doesn't necessarily affect them here?
Awesome question. So the picture that I see in pictures, so the picture that I see is that this person almost fell forward on their face. If we look at the dancing analogy, where this person just took, the other person just took, which meant that they fell backwards, and the person that was giving was falling forward.
Yeah.
So what I encourage with my clients is to center in God, not center in the other person, center and ground in God, and dance. So give a little bit, take a little bit. Give a little bit, take a bit. And if you feel like you're giving, and there's nothing coming back, then you know to have a conversation around that. And if it doesn't change, then to exit the relationship so that you don't find yourself in that situation again.
Yeah. Good morning, Clement and Lee Joy. Great radio this morning. Lee Joy is such a great and positive listener and responder. Very, very well done. That's a message from Dr. Philemon Mahuma in Midstream. Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Mahuma. Yeah, we always appreciate Lee Joy. Thank you for coming through Lee Joy and helping us understand why it's so important for us to get home tonight and say thank you. Just show some appreciation.
And I think start on the way home, start with what we appreciate about ourselves and what do we appreciate about that which is sacred for us. Because that will fill our cup so that when we go out to go home, at least to our partners, we're able to pour into their cups from a full cup.
I love that. Thanks for making time for us.
Thank you.
It's 6 minutes before 12.
7:02.
The Clement Manyathela Show.
Let's walk the talk.
So, if you run a business, you'll know that vehicles aren't just vehicles, right? They are capital investments on four wheels, and capital should perform. So today, 702's Jonathan Fairbairn is taking you inside the Pro One, an exclusive Stellantis showcase that's all about spotlighting the Peugeot professional pickup range and how it can perform for your business, whether you are in agriculture, logistics, or contribution. So we've got Jonathan Fairbairn, who is joining us now on the line. Jonathan, good morning. How are you, man?
Yeah, morning, Clem. I'm good. Thanks, yourself.
Yeah, what's been happening there at the Stellantis event this morning?
Yeah, really interesting event here this morning. And Stellantis, I mean, if you think about what that is, basically it's so many iconic car brands from Peugeot, Citroën, Jeep, to name a few. There's so many more brands, and it's a company history that's been around for many years. And today what they did was basically speak to the fleet sector. So if you have a fleet of vehicles, or if you are a business owner and you have a fleet of vehicles that you need to buy, from panel vans to logistic vans to buckies, they showcased their whole offering today, which was absolutely amazing. I mean, I didn't realize that Stellantis and Peugeot in particular had so many offerings in the commercial market. And basically, this Pro One is their commercial vehicle division in South Africa, and Peugeot is leading the charge for them. So what does that mean, really? It means that Stellantis commercial vehicles will now fall under one strong brand, which will be Peugeot. So instead of a separate Fiat vehicle, a Bucky or an Opel commercial model, we'll now see these vehicles be Peugeot branded, with Buckies and panel vans driving around in this new era. And really amazing. I mean, you should see some of the vehicles that they have, which is so key. So, like, if you have a particular need for a vehicle in your business, what Peugeot and Stellantis are wanting to position themselves as is a one-stop shop where you can walk in to one of their dealers nationwide and you can say, listen, this is a problem that I have. This is a need that I have with, the transportation needs that I have, or the equipment that I carry on a daily basis. And they will align their vehicles to match those needs. So that's really an interesting little bit of information that they're hitting the market with. Looking at the Citroën brand, there's a new panel van that they've also launched, which has got a really brilliant name. It's called the Ola. And I suppose if you think about Ola, the first thing that comes to mind is Ola Seven. So they've named this new little panel van Ola, and it's based off the Citroën C3 platform. So it's quite a small vehicle, but they've adapted it to fit the needs of, let's say, an entrepreneur, or if you have a fleet of vehicles and it's, you don't have so much stuff that you need to put in the back, this is the kind of vehicle that you would need. And the pricing is really, really competitive as well in the small, medium enterprises as well. So the bigger goal, what does this all mean at the end of the day? It's to streamline commercial vehicles in South Africa with a connected, electrified range that keeps professionals moving. You should see some of the electrified vehicles that they have on show here today, Clem. But bottom line, Peugeot isn't just selling vehicles, they're backing the South African business and helping drive the economy forward. So if you are in the game of fleets and you have your own panel vans, etc., you've got to check out what Peugeot are offering at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Do yourself that favor and visit your nearest Peugeot dealership. Jonathan Fabian, thank you so much for that update. If your fleet is due for an upgrade as well, visit your nearest Peugeot dealership to see how you can power your business with the confidence of Peugeot Professional.
The safety and well-being of learners is a shared social responsibility. Parents and guardians play a critical role in ensuring safe, reliable, and lawful scholar transport. Parents are therefore urged to take responsibility for the following. Parents must actively educate and reinforce acceptable learner conduct while the scholar transport vehicle is stationary or in motion. This includes the proper use of seatbelts, remaining seated at all times, and never sitting on the floor, steps, or in the boot of the vehicle. By working together, parents, operators, and authorities can protect learners and build a culture of safety on our roads. Issued by the National Department of Transport.
The piping hot brand new season of MasterChef South Africa is about to sizzle onto our screens. This Sunday, 20 dynamic home cooks from different backgrounds step into the pressure cooker MasterChef kitchen with a shared vision to chase their culinary dream. But in the end, only one can win the coveted title of MasterChef. Expect big flavors, bold risks, high drama, and some crumbling hearts when these home cooks serve up their very first plate of season. MasterChef South Africa Season 6 starts this Sunday at 6 p.m. only on ETV.
Make 2026 the year of venturing further in the Tank 300. With its 5-star luxury cabin and powerful 2.4 turbo diesel engine, the Tank 300 is built for the scenic route and is available from only $7,399 per month. Visit gwm.co.za for T's and C's and to book a test drive. GWM, go with more. Brought to you by GWM Finance, a division of Westbank, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
Thank you for listening to the Friday edition of the Clement Manyathela Show. We'll be back with you on Monday between 9 and 12. Have a beautiful day, my friends. Bye-bye.
This is EWN.
Good afternoon. I'm Bali Dlamini. Suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya believes he is being punished for complying with instructions. Sibiya is back at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry for the third day, where he is testifying about the inspection of 121 dockets that were taken away from the PKTT. According to Sibiya, a team from head office under his